Hello, you beautiful people, and welcome back to our Twisted Veil Through the Breach Malifaux campaign presented by Ink and Lyre. As always, we have announcements, but before we get into those, I have an announcement for myself. We are going to get 2 new players. Probably in the next couple of weeks. We've been putting them through a rigorous interview process. They are amazing. Very excited about that. For a little bit, we're going to be a trio here, and then we should go up to a quintuple. Whatever the term for 5 people is. Whatever that term is. A quadro plus 1. But in the meantime, what is it?
A baker's quad. No,
a baker's quad. Perfect. Thank you, Jay.
Right. Quintet, please.
Quintet. We're going to be a quintet. But before we get into that, we're going to turn the announcements over to Deanna. Deanna, do your magic.
Ignore that I'm being eaten by darkness. That happens sometimes. All right, I've got exciting things to tell you about. Some of these names will be familiar if you've tuned into Ink and Lyre before. You will, of course, have heard of our beautiful, wonderful partners that I'm going to give a shout out to first. First, I want to give a shout out to Nine Realms Gaming. If you tuned into Fate's End yesterday, you would have seen our exciting giveaway with them. We do that usually at the beginning of months, so definitely tune in to see when that happens again. But Nine Realms Gaming is a company that creates top-notch gaming accessories from the finest woods this realm has to offer. I always love that phrasing. So gaming accessories includes things like dice vaults, dice towers, dice trays, hero vaults, all those beautiful wooden knickknacks that you might use in association with your TTRPG playing. They never use any dye or stain. They are super into the wood that they use. They use really beautiful varietals of woods, so they use oil-based finishes to just bring out the natural wood color. You can visit their website, Nine Realms Gaming, and use our exclusive partner code LYRE10, LYRE10, to get 10% off their beautiful items. All right, and then of course you'll recognize the name of our second partner, the lovely WANDERLILY Dice. WANDERLILY Dice is a small handmade dice making company in Huntsville, Alabama, which is also where Ink and Lyre is headquartered. We got a whole lot going in Huntsville right now. They make sharp-edged dice, dice jewelry, and other adventure items. Another turn of phrase that I adore. That means things like hand-stamped leather journals and handmade resin pens. You can find their shop at wanderlilydice.com, and if you use the code InkandLyre10, you can get 10% off of your order. All right, and there's some big news channel-wide this week. This Wednesday, so tomorrow, we are launching on Iron Valor our new Curse of Strahd mini campaign series. So if you join us tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time for the launch of the campaign, you will get to see the DM Daniel's take on this classic, amazing campaign. We're very excited, and actually our lovely Lauren made an amazing trailer to go with it, and we're going to be showing that to you now.
Hello and welcome back.
Oh.
Sorry, Deanna.
I have more announcements.
Yes,
Brent, I have
please
more announcements.
shower us with the announcements. Let it rain announcements.
The main announcement is that Coyote Rantwater and I will be married next spring, so you're all invited to that. But other than that, we hope you enjoyed the trailer. It's absolutely gorgeous. I'm really excited to see what goes down in that mini campaign. And the other channel-wide news that I also needed to talk about is that I believe we are currently 5 followers away from our follower goal of 500. At the end of our, once we get to that number, we will be doing a community-wide kind of poll and maybe a bracket. We're figuring it out. We're kind of deciding how we're going to do it so that you, the followers and subscribers, can help us choose what we're going to do for our next charity live stream one-shot. So the themes will be things like Regency for Bridgerton fans, Labyrinth for me, Sailor Moon, Neverland, Alice in Wonderland, Cyberpunk, all kinds of amazing things. And we really want to talk to you guys and see what kind of thing you might like to see. We have a lot to vote on. And I have a personal note here. I would love to get those 5 followers today so that my blood nemesis, Daniel, the DM of the new Curse of Strahd campaign, doesn't finish it tomorrow. So if you wanted to follow to make sure I win and he doesn't, that'd be great. But we love you either way. The only other things that I need to shout out before I can throw it back to my beautiful Brent is I want to talk a little bit about sounds and music and things that you will be hearing tonight during our episode. So we use Sirenscape for the majority of our ambient sounds, music, and the online player that we use to stream with. They are incredible. Be sure to check them out. But I also want to shout out Ounces Music, who is a musical artist that Brent actually personally commissioned to create music for this campaign. So a lot of the music that you hear will be things that he wrote for this, which is incredible. If you like the music that you're hearing and you want to check out how awesome he is, you can check him out on Bandcamp, Twitter, Instagram, or SoundCloud at Ounces Music, OUNCES Music, all one word. Kind of keep your ears titillated with the spooky horror of our sessions. All right. The final thing I need to say, Brent, I'm almost back to you. I promise. I can keep talking for a long time, but I will give it back to you eventually. Is that viewer discretion is advised. Twisted Veil is intended for mature audiences, and it can engage with some triggering themes. We here at the Ink and Lyre totally understand and believe that your mental health and how you're doing is the most important thing. So if any of the themes that I talk about right now sound like something, oh, I don't think I can handle that today, or that's not a good topic for me to engage with, we totally get it. Your health is the most important thing. So with that in mind, here's some things that might come up in today's episode. Violence, gore, drug use, various adult themes, adult language, sickness, horror, various phobias, gaslighting and memory loss are also things that tend to come up quite a bit. We're glad to have you with us, but we're also glad if you put your mental health first, because we love you. All right. And with that love, I will give it back to my love, Brent, who will finally get to speak. You may speak, Knave.
Beautiful, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. We have an exciting adventure for you guys tonight. We're going to move right into it. With that, grab your script, tip your top hat, board the train, and let's get into tonight's episode of Twisted Veil. All right, welcome back. Let's start this music. It's not obeying me right now. Obey me, music. I'm your master. Obey me.
Shall I try? Music. Let's go. No.
There we go. All right. Last time, where we left off on Twisted Veil, Nemo made her way towards Toby's apartment, but had a bit of difficulty remembering where it was. After a bit of a debacle, she ended up in Toby's apartment, where she stole a light bulb just as our long-lost companion came home. Nemo snuck away, and when the party finally reunited, Tobias was given some pretty grim news. He had been fired from the Tattler. After a heated talk with Nellie Cochran, Tobias discovered that he was not a self-made man, and his internship had been funded by his parents. Furthermore, his parents were very upset and coming to Malifaux to speak with him. Afterwards, the party made their way to Stitches to Riches, where they bought outfits and prepared for the masquerade ball within the Barrows. Once dressed to the nines, they headed to the masquerade to meet their contact, an individual who could help them sell their soul stones. However, the only information they had was that this person was wearing a dog mask. And during the party, there were a total of 4 people wearing similar masks. Nemo met her information broker that apparently had the ability to change form and ran into an old enemy. Now, Captain Jeremiah Asher. Meanwhile, Ellie went into a private room to meet who she believes is the party's contact. So, we start back there.
He could just be really into her. We don't know.
Who knows? Who knows, right? While Ellie is in a separate building, the camera sort of pans into the main ballroom. People are dancing. There's these massive banquet tables. Some of them set off to the side where people are actually like sitting down and eating, having incredibly exotic, delightful foods, fish, crab, very expensive, not what you're accustomed to seeing in the slums. Nemo, you've just exited your meeting with Abram, as far as you know, that is his name, the shape-shifting individual that you hired to find someone from your past. You took a few seconds, you step out, gone. Most likely he has shifted once again. He's blending in. Give me a target number 8 notice check.
Right, okay. I got a 6 masks.
Nothing seems to be out of the ordinary. You look around and you can see, like, you're kind of up on a balcony. All the rooms are on the upstairs, and you can view over the banister and see Toby, who is doing what?
He's got to be searching the room looking for Ellie, and the plan was to reconvene. And I got to know where she went, you know. So scanning the crowd, going through from like group to group, looking for my compadre.
You're looking around, you're kind of mingling with the crowd. Occasionally someone's like, "Oh, love your mask. Love your outfit."
Darling, thank you. It was all handmade. And of course, bullshit, but...
Oh, the only way to go. But you don't see Ellie anywhere. She just seems to have completely vanished. Nemo, what are you doing?
I'll say, as I exited the room, I'm going hood up now, because as far as I know, the main thing that Captain Asher recognized was my hair.
Yes.
It's probably not going to be too effective, but at least it's not as visible from a distance if I've got that up. I do want to stay looking over the railing. I can see that Tobias is searching for something. Can I see Captain Asher as well with that 6, or...
No, with the 6, you
he's
cannot.
Not a sneaky fella.
He's not, but this is a very packed environment, and he seems to have just blended in. Like you're kind of looking around through the crowd, and you can't find him.
And I don't see Ellie either. You were, what did I know about Ellie meeting with that person? Did I know anything at all?
None. Ellie did tell your contact to tell you, but they didn't. They just left and they're doing their own thing now.
Cool, that's pretty chill. I wouldn't be able to get Tobias's attention without also getting Asher's attention, right? I don't have access to, like, the message spell or something to, like, just go, hey, Toby. I would have to go down and get him.
If you give me, like, a high-level stealth check and think of something creative, you might be able to, like, throw something at him from the balcony. Otherwise, you're going to have to go down there and interact with him.
What do I have to... I'm definitely going to throw something off the balcony. That's 100% what's going to happen, but I don't know if I have anything.
You're gonna miss and just hit somebody else. It's just gonna be.
I mean, there's things all over the place. You like.
I want to. Can I?
Yeah, give me the stealth.
Can I steal a glass of champagne off of a passing train and just splash him, like over the side of the balcony?
Like you're up at the top, it would rain over. But I'll say like there are servants walking everywhere.
Like an olive out of a martini.
Yeah, like some of them have martinis with an olive, some glasses with ice, and you can quickly just swoop and throw as long as you make.
I got a 17 of rams on that stealth check to ping him in the head.
I was going to say 11. So you nimbly, as someone is walking by, there is a group of individuals who are talking. He's like, "Madam, sir, would you like a drink?" And you quickly just like swoop. Pick out the olive. They don't even notice. You throw it. Tobias, you get beamed in the side of the head with an olive. Your attention is drawn to the upper balcony where you see Nemo.
I'm like, what? What are you doing? What? What? All right. For Ellie. See Ellie.
I didn't know. You were supposed to know what Ellie was. I'm having a meeting.
It's gone. It's not my fault. It's gone.
This is across a party. That's the best part about that.
Just hand gestures. Yep.
Okay, upstairs, look around, and then I'll throw something at you again. Okay? I'll look up here.
But my head hurts.
I'm so sorry. Okay. I'm gonna start, like, just listening at each door as I go down, just, like, open the door if I don't hear anything, and I'm just looking for Ellie all in the upstairs while he's down there.
Okay, I'm gonna continue looking down here.
You guys begin to start your investigation, trying to find out where the hell Ellie went. Meanwhile, Ellie, you are led into a room. When you enter the room, it's like a classic office with a desk at the very back. There are two individuals already standing in there. The second you walk in, they sort of stand to attention, reach for their waist, and you can see, like, as they push their coat back, they are armed. They have 6-shooters. But the man in the mask sort of shakes his head, and they put their coat back over their pistols. Wait outside. They nod, move outside. He goes to the desk. You can see that hung over the desk is sort of a top hat hanging on one of the pegs. He picks it up, puts it on, takes off his mask, sits down, lights up a thick cigar, and takes a deep, deep inhale. And he looks like this.
That's not Jim Carrey. You made
It's
some
not.
lofty promises, Brent.
I lied to you. I did.
Okay. He's very intimidating.
He takes a big hit, blows out a plume of smoke, and says, Are you a dog fella or a cat fella?
Cigars, actually. You got another one?
Always. And he pulls out another one, takes out the little end cutter, just quickly snips it. Pulls out his hand.
I take it and I lean in and I'm like, you have a light?
Lights up a little Zippo. Pulls it out to you.
Yeah, I don't really care about either. Dogs are more trainable, I guess. You know?
Nah. Me. I like dogs. Loyalty of the pack. You know, wolves. They take care of each other. Bring the elders back scraps of meat when they can't hunt. Not like people. No, people will slit your throat for less than a hot meal.
That's true.
A deep whiff. So, what do you want?
I want to find out a way to trade these. And I pull out a soul stone from in my dress. I sort of reach into the center and I just pull out a soul stone and I set it on the desk in front of him as I sit in the chair in front of him as well. Stare at him.
He picks it up, looks at it. You know, Amina told me about you. You're good folks, bit of compassion in you. That's rare around here. I like what you did in that heist. We all appreciate that. I can sell your stones. It'll cost you 20% seller's cost.
Can I talk you down at all?
Meanwhile, we cut back to the other group. You guys are looking around, investigating. Give me 2 notice checks. For Toby, it's going to be a target number 12. For Nemo, it's going to be a target number 8 because they are at the upstairs.
Shit.
The table came up.
The world
I broke it. I'm
shattered.
sorry. Yeah, I'm gonna put that down there for right now.
Toby!
I broke it. I'm sorry, guys. Oh shit.
What was my target number?
Yours is an 8.
Alright, I got an 11 of masks.
Ooh, I got a 13 plus notice. Was gonna be, what is it? 4, so 17. 17 notice. Hey.
17. Deanna, your mic is going wild again. Just mess around with it a little bit again. Sorry. So Toby, you are in the downstairs. You're looking around, trying to find out where Ellie went off to, and you kind of make an eye contact with Nemo as Nemo is listening to her door. And right as she's listening, it opens up. She kind of like press herself to the wall, and 2 large men come out, very threatening, unwelcoming looking, and just like make their way, and like they stand next to this sort of door archway, not even noticing Nemo. But you make that connection with Nemo, and she's like pointing like in here, right? But they're standing just hands in front of each other.
I'm still gonna throw a feather all over at him. Even though we've definitely already made eye contact. I'm gonna
Again? Okay.
Nemo, you manage to snake another one, throw another olive at him, even though you're making eye contact. You're looking straight at the door, and it just sort of plinks you right in the head.
I'm gonna walk up to her. What? What the hell are you? Why are you doing the olives?
Ellie's in that one. I didn't know if you saw it. I'm sorry.
I mean, I can see you now, but okay. You can communicate by olive, I guess. Okay, so I want to kind of listen at the door, see if I can hear Ellie at all.
Okay, you kind of
Either side of the door?
say it again.
Sorry. Are the guards standing at either side of the door?
Your audio's real
your
bad
mic
right
is-
now, babe. I have no idea what you're saying.
I'll be right back.
Your radio is speaking to you. Voices beyond. No, all
Hear
right. So
something.
we'll let Deanna sort out those technical issues. Meanwhile, Toby, like you're making your way up to kind of listen outside the door, but there are these two guards standing outside of it. When you approach, their attention is immediately drawn to you. Their eyes narrow and they stare at you.
A woman with red hair coming here. We're together, me and her.
Maybe she did. Maybe she didn't. What's it to you?
What's to me is we're kind of she's speaking for me, and I don't want her speaking anything that I don't want said. If you catch my drift, I'm gonna try to convince him to get me in. I don't want her making me look bad, if you know what I mean.
Give me a target number 8 convince check.
That's gonna be an 8 plus. Where's my convince? At the top. 8, 9, 10, 11 convince.
His eyes don't widen. He continues to glare at you. Steps up and says, spread your arms. And he just kind of pats you down to make sure you have no weapons. Says, all right, he's good. Gesturing to the other guy. And they open the door and let you in.
All right.
Nemo, you can also slip inside. We're going to give you a little bit more time to work on stuff.
Where with her, you
Hear
know.
me now?
You sound so bad, babe. I'm sorry.
There's nothing I can do about it, so I will just be silent for the next scene. I'll be back.
All right. Tobias and Nemo, you both enter the room. You guys are mid-conversation. Ellie, you just got done talking to this individual who sort of has his top hat and he's smoking the cigar. Told you he can sell you 20% seller's cost. You asked for a better deal. He says, I might be able to do a good deal. You can do a little bit more for us. You're good. Good folks. But since you left, the guild has started to swarm like a hungry pack, eager to nip at the heels of the weak. They started to move south into the Badlands, just west of the town of Innocence. We need to know what they're up to, and if you can stop them, my organization would give you a hell of a lot more than a room to rest your head.
Innocence. Hey, that's where I'm heading. Ellie, you trying to go to Innocence and you want to sell your soulstone? Is that a wise thing?
This is my companion here, Tobias.
Hey, I'm gonna stick out my hand. Pleasure to meet you. I believe we spoke before.
He just takes a big inhale, looks down at your hand, doesn't shake it.
Alrighty then. Ellie, you sure that's a wise thing? Especially if we're going to Innocence, so you're trying to do more business with these guys.
We're simply talking, Toby. You want to have a seat? Can we get a chair? Can we get a chair for him?
All right. I'll
He
take a seat.
looks around the room. Afraid we only got one.
Oh, I'll stand. I'll stand. I'll let you finish your conversation, I guess.
What's happening in the guild down in Innocence? Anything you can give us a word about now? I know you want us to find out what's going on, but what's the deal you can give me in exchange for what we do for you?
I'll take my 20%. Less, 10%. If you do what we want. I gotta stress. I deal in the unknown. I've personally seen what an item rich with magic can do in the wrong hands. The guild's moving fast. There's something going on. Either it's a really expensive or really powerful. Or both.
Okay. Yeah, we could possibly do that. All you need us to do is go over to the town of Innocence and find out what they're doing.
Finding out's nice. I'd much prefer you accommodate what it is they're looking for. I can't stress the danger of this situation. I haven't seen a movement like this in about a decade. Whatever it is they found, it's something.
So you're looking for us to do another heist, is that the case?
That would be preferred.
Okay, and we're stealing something we don't know what we're stealing.
That's correct.
It's a tall order. It's a possibility. I'd expect more support in the long run. Do we get any information if you learn more? Or would Amina know anything else?
We'll send you whatever we can.
Okay. Can we get tickets? I imagine the price to go to the town of Innocence or to walk on foot would be quite steep.
It's about a 10 days ride. You can cover the cost.
Appreciated. One last question, and I'm sure everybody in this room is wondering it, and I gesture towards Toby and kind of fake, I assume Nemo is somewhere in this room and just, yeah,
Am
I think
audible?
yeah,
Sound
you
better
are.
now.
Audible, and you
a
are
lot
here.
better.
Yeah.
Who do we call you? My companion here gave you our names. What should we call you?
Oh, it was a secret? Sorry.
Well, we hadn't said anything yet, Toby, so just a heads up on that for next time. Anyway, what's your name?
Just think of me as one of your benefactors. We provide your room and board. We pay you, but we're a bit of a secret organization. Let's just say the guild doesn't take kindly to people of the magical variety. You've seen those dogs. They keep chained up, right? The hooded creatures with glowing eyes.
Oh yeah, I've seen them.
They used to be people. But when they came through the breach, a sort of magic stirred up inside of them. It woke. The guild found them, stripped them of their humanity, and turned them into those things. They use them to sniff out magic users. My organization, we're a group of people who have no desire to become someone's pet. You smell what I'm selling.
I smell what you're selling. I smell a lot more than that. I smell cigars. I smell pompous perfume of this party. I smell a chance for corruption.
Let me be very clear. What y'all paid in, it's what you want There are a lot of items I have. I do a lot of strange things. You do this job, you say your desire, and there's probably something in my warehouse I can give you to help you with what you want.
Do a scrutiny check on whether, first of all, that dog thing is absolutely bullshit, or if this guy is from Necessities and Desires.
Yeah, is this guy Godfrey? Is this guy Godfrey?
Godfrey in a hat.
Sure.
Godfrey in a hat and a cigar.
Give me a target number 14 scrutiny check.
Okay. Anyone else want to try? Because I can't.
I can. Let me try that out.
I don't care.
You don't care if it's bullshit?
No.
Do you
I got a
care if it's
14.
bullshit?
Ooh, you meets beats.
Toby, you think this guy, when you look at him, you can notice like he kind of keeps his head down, but his eyes are like the irises are like a deep yellow. He is not what he seems to be on the surface. He does not seem to be reminiscent to Mr. Godfrey. You just think he is a cautious, hardened individual who's in a very, very illegal trade.
Okay, so I don't think I know who Mr. Godfrey is, but
You've never met Godfrey yet.
yeah. Okay.
Just seems to be that on the surface. Yep.
Does it feel
Okay.
like this guy really quickly went from one room to another room and maybe changed his face or something like that? I got a 7, if that helps.
I'm staring at the benefactor, and as he says this final line about anything you desire, Ellie's just gonna say, I don't want anything but money. Make sure it shows up. It's a 10-day ride to the town of Innocence. I expect you to sell at least 1 to 2. If the others want to sell of our stones, at least mine, which you have now. And I want that money to show up and meet me there. Then I can do this for you. The last thing, if you don't mind, I'll call you the Wolf, since you won't give me a name.
More accurate than you know. That works fine by me.
You're muted, Nemo.
Oh,
I'll leave
Nemo.
the other two to make their own business arrangements. I'll be by the door. But sell my stone as fast as possible, please.
Few days, though I recommend you leave as soon as possible. We'll definitely have the money waiting for you when you get back. Horses ready as well. With all the supplies you'll need to go south, even to the Badlands.
Ellie gets up, walks to the door, and is just going to kind of cross her arms in her fine, fine dress and lean against the door and wait for the other two to finish their business.
You step outside, kind of wait like against the door. There are the two guards who are also leaning against the wall, and you kind of have this moment of badassness where they look at you. You look at them. They pull their coat back, show you their pistols. You show them, just kind of like squeeze the knuckles of your arm. They nod, respective.
Excellent. I will be right back, but the other two have their business to deal with, so I'll be right back.
Your thing. Toby, what do you say to this individual, this cigar smoking dude?
All right, I know Ellie wants to make the unwise decision of selling her soul stone, but I'm keeping mine. I know what they can do. And I got a good feeling we're on the same side. I got a good feeling we want the same things. I'm heading over to the town of Innocence. I had possibly we had the same goal going there. Is there anything more you can tell me about that?
The town's unwelcoming. The journey, hard, rough. Make sure you got a lot of water.
No train going there?
Not out to Innocence, I'm afraid.
All right.
I won't lie to you. It's gonna be dangerous. But you come back, you get what you want. What is it you want?
I'm in this business to screw over the guild.
Well, I won't take that as a request for payment.
All right. I'll think about it. I'll think about it until I get back. But I'm out here taking down the guild is enough of its own reward. But if you're willing to give me something else, I'm happy with it. Now, I've been told the guild is digging up something out in Innocence, and I don't know what it is. I don't know why it is. I want to know what I'm walking into.
In the recent weeks, we've seen 2 battalions gone out in carriages by horseback, and another one about to leave tomorrow. Whatever it is they found out there is very important, and they want it very bad. As I said, it's not your payment, but you do this, the guild's gonna be very unhappy.
Okay. And if it turns out to be nothing, like, are you going to take my word for it, or well, what's going to happen if I come back empty-handed?
Let's be real, it's not going to be nothing. They wouldn't move this many people if it was nothing. There's something out there.
All right. You got me there. You got me there, stranger. All right. Okay. I believe our business is concluded. Nemo, you got something to say? You wanna make the stupid decision, sell your soulstone too? Jesus Christ.
I'm not sure. It depends on if he can hear me or not.
You're
hear you now.
all right now. Yeah.
We'll see how long this lasts. I'll make it quick. I'll give him the soulstone. If Ellie did it, Nemo's gonna do it.
All right. You walk up, sort of your hood pulled over your head, and place the soulstone on the desk. What do you say?
Nothing.
He just takes a big inhale of the cigar, says nothing back, and you leave the room.
Oh, I have to poke my head back in the room.
Okay.
I poke my head back in the room. Are you aware of the fact that there's a captain of the guild in this party today?
I am indeed.
All right. Just in case you could rough him up. Be greatly appreciated. Thanks. And I'll leave.
He's wearing black and smoking a cigarette. He's very annoying.
All right. You leave. Nemo, you say that to him. Doesn't really respond. And you all find yourself outside of the room.
You two gentlemen can go back inside. Now, by the way, business is concluded.
They nod and make their way back in.
Well, who wants to go have a drink, watch the dance?
Yeah, I'm ready. Let's, we had a business. No, we didn't have a business. We gotta get out of here. Asher's here. What are we thinking?
Yeah. I mean, you guys can stay. He just knows that I'm here, so I can go.
I think it would probably be best if we left, actually, though I really want to find Burroughs.
Based on what she said, it's probably that girl's grandfather, right?
I mean, I don't think it's Rebecca's grandfather. He had like some mask and he was just going to like hide throughout the party. Wherever
Wanna
that
risk-
is.
You want to risk Asher finding us, or so you can find some rich dude? We already have a job. We already have payment lined up for us. Let's get out of here. Let's get out of here.
It's up to you guys. If you want, you can stay, make some notice checks, try to find Maximilian Burrows, try to find Colonel or Captain Asher, right? Or you can just get out of Dodge.
And I'll leave. It's probably good. I haven't marred this dress, so I can return it tomorrow. At any rate.
We did unstitch
Oh, wait
the
a minute,
corset, though,
you-
so you can't return that.
You're right, and you paid for it. I wouldn't return it. You've paid it. It's a gift.
I mean,
get
you
it.
don't have to keep it if you don't want to. It's not a big deal.
I mean, it is bulky. It's hard to walk around in this thing.
Yeah, I don't.
But
think
it
you
looks
should
so
wear it like that.
flattering, though.
Thank you. All right. I'll give it one last look as we go out the door. How about that?
All right. Can I get a target number 11 from everybody? Notice check.
Yes, 13. Yes. Come here, Barrows.
16.
14.
Oh my God, we're all just so good.
Spot on, dude.
Just we all in
Jesus.
unison as we're walking out, our heads turn.
All right. Everyone is kind of looking around. Ellie, when you come out, you can see there is a individual who has like a solid gold hawk mask, very accustomed to the image of Ra, right? The most powerful of the Egyptian gods. And people are trying to constantly talk to him, and he just seems to be shoving them aside. Like, you can't hear the conversations, but it's like, oh, people are quickly coming up. They're very excited, and it's like a few words, and then they leave. Meanwhile, Nemo and Toby, you are looking around, and you can see like sort of a back area where the door is open, and you're just at the angle that from the balcony you can see downstairs into the door. There is a man that Nemo, you quickly recognize as Colonel Jeremiah Asher. He has sort of a phone, and he is mid-conversation. He has the earpiece held up to his ear, and he's talking and seems to be very passionate about the conversation that is going on.
Alright, time to go, time to go, time to go.
That's
time to go,
troublesome.
time to go.
Ellie, is it worth it? You found the guy. You can have a conversation now. We're probably gonna bolt.
Uh,
I will say, just to be the devil's advocate, Nemo, it's very dark. There's no one else in that sort of chamber, that room. You could be stealthy if you wish.
I thought Asher was in a separate room. Is Gold Hawk Guy also in a separate room?
No, Asher's in the separate room, and if you want, you could.
I'm not going to assassinate
You-
Asher. if that's
I mean, I've just you could overhear what he's saying. You could be a sneaky boy. Just saying.
If you don't, I might.
Oh, you definitely
Nemo,
shouldn't do it.
Nemo,
No, you
Nemo,
shouldn't. No.
Nemo.
No, you
please.
shouldn't do that.
Can you please just stand by the door, listen to what he's saying?
That sounds stupid.
Just stand
What,
by
so
the.
I can get arrested?
You
Hey,
won't
just
get
a heads
arrested.
up.
Just stand by the door.
while
see if
you
can
two
listen in.
argue about this, I'm gonna be right back. Emily just leaves and runs
Alright.
over to the gold mask.
Right, so you're gonna be right here, right? You just stand here in between both of us while we go and do what? Okay, and yeah. Put my hood up.
All right, Nemo, you pull your head up. We're gonna cut over to Ellie. Ellie, you quickly make your way downstairs through the crowd and get up to Captain Asher.
What, excuse me?
Along the way, you
Nope.
were stopped.
No, that's
Nope.
not where Ellie's going.
I'm going
Oh,
to the.
I'm sorry,
going to
not
the-
Captain
I'm going to
Asher.
Raw.
Yeah, I meant raw. That was a faux pas on me.
Terrifying.
As you're making your way down, going towards them, you are indeed stopped. And an individual sort of shifts in front of you and says, "Ha ha! I'm sorry, I was just completely enraptured by your dress. What is your name? And he quickly throws off his mask. It just like kind of flies over to the wall and just claps against it. He's standing there. He is a man with sort of a pencil-thin mustache, very handsome, wearing a vest, and says, I see we're going somewhere. It's exciting. I am as well. Have I ever met you before? You seem familiar to me.
No, you're not familiar to me. I'm busy. I'm sorry. Goodbye. And she just walks by.
He's like, but, and you just beeline straight towards Raw, we'll say.
As I'm walking, Ellie will stop, turn, and go, what's your last name?
Finnegan of...
All right, not important. And she walks away again.
Finnegan of... And like, yeah, it's lost in the crowd. In the crowd. Meanwhile, Nemo, what are you doing?
I am tentatively moving towards Captain Asher and then looking back at Tobias. And then I guess...
Stay there. Stay there. Listen in. Tell me what's that.
Give me a target number 10 stealth check.
19! That's a 19 of crows, which means if I decided to attack him, I would automatically kill him, pretty much, according to my triggers, but...
Jesus, okay.
So you make your way back into the crowd, and this area, it's not closed off, but like no one is really lingering there. It's sort of a private room. Everyone is more concerned with the dance floor. And as you're slowly approaching, you can see the silhouette of Captain Asher just wreathed in shadows, who's kind of talking. And as he's talking, a servant walks by just a little too close to the door. He looks over, takes his foot, pushes, and closes the door.
I love a closed door. I position myself on the other side of the closed door. As though I want to look a little bit like, oh, the party was too much for me, and I'm just leaning against the sill there. Am I audible at all?
You kind of get close to the door, press your ear to it, but the music at the party just drowns it out. You blend in perfectly. No one seems to notice you. You're just a lovely woman with white hair and a beautiful dress that is aloof. The door is closed, but you believe if you are stealthy enough, you might be able to sneak in and overhear the conversation.
I can't overhear it on the other side of the door.
No.
But I got a 19!
The 19 makes you not noticed, but you would have to kind of open it and slip in.
I'll try to do that.
Give me, because you did get a 19,
This feels
which is amazing.
progressively more stupid, but I'll
No,
do it.
we're gonna do a target number 9.
Tobias
number
is
9.
like on the other side, like giving you a thumbs up. You can do this.
I got a 17 of crows.
So you do the left, do the right, wait a few minutes, slowly open the door, peek in, and you can see that Captain Asher's back is turned to you. And if you wish, you can slip into the room. He is currently on one side of the desk.
Are there any other exits in this room, any hallways, any other people in the room, or is he just in a room by himself and now I am there?
He is in a room by himself, but there's like a hallway that goes far down and has like a secondary exit.
Okay, so there is a hallway that is attached to this room that is not where I came from.
Correct.
Okay, excellent. Cool.
But if you want, you can sneak in. Essentially, how this is laid out, there is a counter. This is kind of like at the telephone room where he is on one side, and you would have to duck down and be on the other side of the counter to scooch in to listen to him. He's talking in like a very hushed tone. His back is to you.
layout of this room, does this counter that I'm hiding behind, is it on the way to the hallway, or is it something that I could not escape from if found? Is it...
So I mean, technically it would be along the way of the hallway. Like imagine a very long hall, and at the very end is a door that goes outside, and kind of a little bit off to the side, there's like a concave, like a little area that has been set up almost like a bar stand, like a modern day bar, which that's the telephone room. If you have to have a conversation, you come to the telephone room, you have it, but it is like a bar. So you'd be crouched down on one side of the bar when he's on the other.
And that's directly next to the door, right? Like, I would be able to go from behind the bar to the door. They're, like, next to each other.
If things went south, you could go back inside,
You
or you
always
could
have an exit strategy. Okay.
or you could dash down to the outside. It's a long hall with just this little pocket area off to the side.
I don't want to go downwind of a gun, though, so I would... There is a way to get from behind the bar to the door, quickly.
The door is not behind the bar. It's at the end of the hall.
Is there
I'm
an
just
easy
going to
way
assume that things are relatively safe, and I'm going to do it. Because I have no mental image of what this looks like.
Yeah,
I mean-
is there an easy way to escape to go back into the party room? Like,
Oh yeah,
super
absolutely.
smoothly?
Like you're
Yeah.
like 10 feet away from the party room.
That's the door that I was talking about. I don't care about the end of the hallway.
Okay,
I'm talking
sorry.
about to get back into the party room. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll do that. Am I making another stealth check?
You're making a notice check, target number 7.
I got exactly a 7 of masks.
All right, beats. You crouch down and kind of have to like squat down or walk on your hands and knees to hide behind the counter. Right behind that counter in that open space is Colonel Asher, who is mid-conversation, whispering a little bit. You pick up the following. Go to my session notes. Mid-conversation, he's talking about. No, I understand. All right, but we need to bring in the marshals. There's something really suspicious about this person. I saw her. I saw what she looked like, the way she didn't breathe right. Something unnatural. And as this is happening, he's like kind of pacing back and forth behind the other side of the counter. Do you continue listening?
Yes.
His voice picks up a bit. He says, "No, everything is on schedule. All right? I promise. I will not fail you this time." And as he does, he curves around the inside of the counter towards the outside into the hole that you are in. You have a split moment where you can decide to just duck out of the room or try to slip over to the interior of the counter where he was and continue hearing the conversation.
Alright, so there's one option that is significantly more cool than the other option. So I'm gonna do the cool one, and I'm gonna flip the counter.
That'll be a
in
target
my
number
full
9.
Hoop skirt. Okay. Of a stealth again?
Yep.
I got a 10 of tomes.
In this like a beautiful ballet, as he comes around the corner and is just about to see you, he's a bit distracted, right? He's pacing, looking up at the ceiling, looking behind his shoulder. You quickly roll up onto the counter and just tuck yourself underneath it. And
Get into a cabinet? Is there a cabinet in this bar? Or
There's there's a few cabinets in the back, but they're not like they're loaded with stuff. You open them and like you can see there's bottles and everything. But you can like easily tuck yourself under the counter, which kind of hangs over. And then he walks back around to the point where he is standing directly in front of you. You see his two legs, his coat pockets, and you hear him talking. He has no idea that you are there, but he is standing directly in front of you. And he says,
how heavy do his pockets look?
Pocket check.
there might be some stuff in there.
Okay, just something to think about. That's all.
But he says, yes, I'm leaving tomorrow. I promise you, I will bring back what you requested and regain my honor, Father.
Zuko's here.
That's what I just thought.
Do you want to do anything during this conversation?
Do I
mean-
from my years of pickpocketing, do I have an idea of what the target number might be before I attempt to pickpocket him?
It'll
Or-
be a target number 9 if you try to pickpocket him.
That seems.
Okay. Yeah, I could definitely do that. I don't want to take money, but he was smoking a cigarette earlier, right? Can I just take a pack of cigarettes out, or whatever it is?
With your check, depending on how much you succeed, I will tell you what you get.
And what was the target number?
Target number 9.
I got a 6, but I am going to cheat it to 11 of tomes.
So you get a 6, and his voice is becoming heated, and he's like, you have to trust me. I'm telling you, she ain't living. Bring in the marshals. Now. Like he's getting more angry, and like you can hear kind of the like muffled on the other side of the phone, and like eventually he slams it down and just hangs up, right? The phone falls over and lands on the floor next to you. He leans down, but he's kind of a little bit to the left, not looking at you, bent over. If he were to just look to the right, he could see you, and you reach into his pocket, find the first thing that seems interesting, and pull out a very small book, small ledger. It's just tied together with leather cord. He picks it up, slams the phone back on the counter, and says, this fucking idiot. Everyone just listen to me. None of this would have happened. And he sort of storms out and goes towards the exit.
Awesome. I'm gonna give it a minute or two so he's fully back into the party before I come back out.
He doesn't go back to the party. He leaves. He's gone.
Oh,
He's
he
he's
leaves.
left the party.
In the mystery door. Okay. Okay. I'll still give it a minute or two before I go out and join Tobias.
All right. You give it a minute or two. Toby, you are waiting for Nemo. Meanwhile, Ellie, you are talking to the Raw Mask, if I recall.
I would like to, knowing that time is of the essence, I would like to approach where all the people are flocking around said Raw Mask, and if necessary, bodily shove my way in between a few of them to get to the Raw Mask, and then say, at last, I found you.
There's not like a crowd. You occasionally see someone come up and they are dismissed. But you kind of shove your way just because the party is so happening. You walk up and say that, and the mask turns to you, cocks its head, and says nothing.
I've been looking for quite some time.
Says nothing.
All right. Two can play at this game. So let me lean in. I lean into the raw mask and I say, I have word about a problematic junior. Would you be the right person to speak to about this?
Mask looks to the right, looks to the left, notices that there's no one nearby, and then it kind of leans in next to your ear and says, "You come into my party, my house, and bring up the terrible topic of my son." And then pulls back and stares at you.
And I wouldn't call this your house, right? This seems to be a little bit too dumpy for Maximilian Burroughs.
It looks around again.
His house.
The balls on this one! Oh, the stones to come in, insult me in my house! The game is over, everybody! Game is over! I was found out. Continue to dance, you and me, huh? We go upstairs, we talk. This one! Never have I been so insulted in my own home! Yeah, come on now. Come on.
I lean in again. Just a heads up, I don't think we should stay very long. There was a captain of the guild who was in this building with you, and I think time is of the essence.
He hears that and says, "Party's over! Everyone head out! Let's go! I'm sorry! But you know how it is in the quarantine zone, huh?" And everyone's like, "Oh, you know," but like immediately out of the flock of dancing people, just like people are emerging, like opening up their like very beautiful dresses and coats and like pulling out guns and firing them up into the air, and everyone's like, "Oh shit! All right, it's out." It's like, "Oh, come on!" Like everyone's moving. It's like, I mean, hey, when you're a criminal, right? You gotta make the order. Yeah. We have a few moments. Let's go upstairs. I have an escape room in case anyone comes in. You'll be fine. Never have I been so insulted.
Jesus Christ, this guy.
And like Toby, you're watching this. Like you're watching people just firing guns into
Like,
the air, and people are getting a little shaky.
Okay,
Like,
wait,
"Oh
wait.
no, it's fine. Don't worry. We gotta
I'm
go.
watching
We
back
gotta
and
go."
forth, like him,
Yeah.
and I'm watching the door where Nemo went into. Like, oh god, where do I go?
Does Tobias see Captain Asher leave, or he left through a totally different exit, right?
The door to that room was shut, so Tobias wouldn't have seen any of it.
How did Captain?
Yeah, how did he leave?
He left in a way that nobody else could see, right?
Okay.
There were two exits. There was one to the
there's
party
an
and one to
exit
the back door.
outside and an
I
exit
have
back
no
to the ball.
spatial awareness whatsoever. He left, and nobody else knows. Got it.
Wait, so just a quick check. These people who are shooting, real fast, look at them. Are they guildies, or are these just people shooting? What's happening here?
These were people that were like kind of blended into the environment that seemed to be guests, but the second that Maximilian gave the command, all of a sudden they just like emerged, had weapons, and are firing. You are under the assumption that Maximilian had a lot of people here
Gotcha.
who were armed.
Okay.
And like it's not even like a wild panic. Like when they're firing, they get people's attention and they're like, "Sorry guys, the party's over." And these are normals of the quarantine zone, so they're just like, "Damn it," right? Like they're not super upset. They're not running off into the streets. They're just, "Oh, it was a good party. It was great."
I'm gonna lock eyes with Toby and have my first silent conversation with Toby here for just a moment. As it sounds like Maximilian is starting to move upstairs, I'm going to follow Maximilian as Toby is looking between the door and looking.
Oh yeah,
at
his
me.
arms around you. He's like practically dragging you upstairs.
And I'm gonna look at Toby and be like,
Toby, how do you interpret that?
Can I scrutiny to read his lip? To read her lips?
Yeah, I think that's fair. We'll say like because there's gunshots and people just
Yeah,
moving fast.
that's
Target number 10. Target number 10.
because I couldn't even read your lips. Scrutiny, that's going to be 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 scrutiny.
Ooh,
So
all right, great.
I can scrutinize that pretty well. What are you telling me?
Later. I'll see you later.
Okay. Okay. So, can I, okay, let me go up to the door. Let me go up to the door and like kind of lean against the wall and casually listen in, because I assume we're like kind of off to the side. I want to lean up to the door, see if I can still listen and see if Asher's still talking or anything.
I want to at this point
I can't leave without
open the
Nemo.
door and come out.
Okay.
Can I have in those couple of minutes when I was waiting after Asher left, can I have like flipped through that little ledger and seen, is this something I want to share with the group, or is this all "she's dead" in capital letters repeatedly?
You come out, you sort of bump into Toby, you're flipping through the ledger. Inside.
I'm not flipping through the ledger in front of him. I would have done it.
Okay,
while I
then
was
you just
doing
like
it.
quickly open it. You're about to flip through the ledger, but you just bump into Toby and quickly slip it back into your pocket.
Okay, I'm gonna grab Nemo's arm and then kind of like lead her outside.
He left, by the way. He left, he's gone. Yeah.
Well, we're leaving too. We're leaving too. Party's over. Ellie's has business, I guess. We gotta go outside. We don't want to get shot.
Ellie alone in there? Why is Ellie alone? Why is Ellie
Because-
upstairs alone?
Because you know how Ellie wanted to talk to Maximilian Pegasus over here. She did that. Let's go.
Why? Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, sure.
We just start walking because I'm not sitting around getting shot. I'll
You
catch up with Ellie
guys-
later.
You slip out with the crowd. As you do, you can see in the distance there are a series of torches. There are people on horses slowly just clopping their way towards the Barrows Manor.
I want
Barrows,
to, as I am
right.
now arm in arm with Toby to ease suspicion, as soon as we exit the door, I'm going to jerk him to the right so that we disappear from the ground and go into the yard.
All right,
And
you quickly
do I
pull him
know-
to the side.
Second level has windows, right? Like it's scalable.
It does. Yeah.
You know, she went into.
No, I was busy getting you and going. They went upstairs.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. So, I'm gonna start going up that wall. I'm trying to scale the outside of the building.
Okay.
Nemo ignores your warnings and begins to climb. Can I get a target number 7 athletics check?
Probably not. So I got a 7, but it's -2, so that's a 5.
You find like a storm drain and wrap your fingers around it, but you just keep slipping down while Toby, who is next to you, is like constantly be like, we gotta go.
Let me. Oh, look. Okay, so no, Ellie does need a bit of backup just in case. Let me try something real fast. I'm gonna grab onto both of Nemo's shoulders real fast. I'm gonna try to cast a spell. Try to cast physical enhancement.
Do it to it.
All right. I know I need a 10. Ooh, okay. It fucking
What
worked.
Okay, you need a 10 of masks to cast this spell?
No, I need. I have Oxford method, so I don't need any suits. But it takes
cool.
a good minute to cast. A good minute to cast.
I'm staring at her, holding her shoulder.
Yeah, and I'm breathing, chanting a little bit under my breath. But you do feel maybe my hands glow a little bit. I'm trying to like keeping an eye out for people. We're kind of behind the bush, like in the garden behind the bushes. So you know, my hands glow a little bit. Chant, breathing, effort. You know, and you get all of your physical aspects go up by 1.
All right, Nemo, Toby's hands sort of rest on your shoulder, and all of a sudden there's a bolt of energy that surges through you. Your back arches for a moment, and you just feel, whoo, like ready to go. All of a sudden, you know, you squeeze your fist, you feel stronger, you feel more nimble, and you are ready to tackle that storm drain for a second time.
Real fast. Which one is athletics? That's Grace.
Might.
It's might. All right, I'm gonna
Yep.
discard a card and give you a +1 to might also. So might is +2. The rest of them are +1.
So I'm at a nice solid 0 for athletics.
Hey, it's better than you had before, and now maybe you can climb that wall.
Yep. Before that happens, you've been led to the upstairs room, Ellie. It is the same room that the individual that you met as your contact was sitting in, but all traces of him are gone. It is that office. He sits behind the desk and just pulls off his mask. There's a big, wide grin as he stares at you. He slicks his hairs back and says, all right, what do you want? What can I do for you, huh?
I want to, if I have it right, and I pull out a sheet of paper, again, from kind of like in the dress, there was a little pocket, so I pull out a sheet of paper. I think I want to kill your son, if I am not mistaken.
Okay.
Alex, yes. He was a good boy, but as he got older, well, I mean, you know how Malifaux is, huh? I think the city got to him. It messed with his head a little bit. He had that killer instinct, which unfortunately he took out on his siblings. We did our best to help him, even sent him to the IMC. He had an early release, was supposed to be cured, but, well, tell that to my daughter. She didn't make it. Let's just say, when life gives you lemons, you throw the lemons out, you make a cake, and do the best you can to make it great.
I know exactly what you're talking about. So let's get to business for a moment. I had an actual opportunity to go to your other house, to the other Barrow's house, and got to meet some pretty strange things there. Is your son part of any of that?
Okay. That was the Burrows house.
Oh, they're two different people?
Yeah.
Cool. Ignore all of that. Yeah. I'm gonna have Ellie own it and just be like talking about it anyway, thinking that they're the same people for a minute.
You guys just talking. He sets you straight where he's like, what house? And you explain, he's like, oh no, that's the Burrows. Around here in Malifaux, we love I made that house before I knew the freaking horrifying trail of how often the Burrows is used.
Gotcha.
Different house though.
Okay.
But he says, I mean, I can tell you where he might be. Last I heard, he was hiding in Scape Town.
That's what I heard too.
Go there, you kill him. Well, bring him back to me. So I mean, let's just face it. Some things are beyond saving, right? Not like this place, though, the quarantine zone. This place I have poured my heart and soul into. I am definitely going to save it.
I'm glad to hear. It's not that bad. I hope you have a success, and I hope you don't take offense to my house comment earlier. I was really just trying to get a rise out of you.
I find it absolutely exciting. A lot of people came up to me and they're like, hey, Mr. Burrows. And I was like, no. But you said something that got under my skin, made me break character, which I had spent several weeks studying the character I wanted to play of Ra. But you got to me, and that's just exciting.
I have 3 questions for you.
3 answers for you!
Number 1, as I was going over to go and find you, I was stopped by a figure named Finnegan. Know him?
I have no idea what this name is.
Good. Just needed to get that one out of the way. 2, earlier on while I was looking for you, I encountered a woman named Rebecca and her elderly grandfather. Do you happen to know who that might be?
Oh, yes, a noble of some sort. If I remember, her grandfather deals in deep-sea pearls.
Deep sea pearls, huh? Okay.
He believes that they have magical properties similar to a soul stone, but I think he's an old kook.
All right, that's just good to know. Last question I have for you. You're going to pay me, apparently, on the death board, it was 50 gold for the death of your son. If I brought him in alive, could I get more?
I'll give you 75 if you bring him alive. Script, of course, because we don't have gold in this system.
Of course. 75 script.
It's all
Sounds
right.
good.
It's not like your DM makes mistakes ever.
Yeah, I really wish it was gold. Anyway, with your son, should I be scared of anything?
He always seemed like a timid boy. Never would have thought he did what he did. In fact, I was convinced the IMC cured him. Just don't trust him. He seems innocent. But my kids, I don't want to talk about this anymore. I mean, this is really making a dour on the party I'm throwing, so they're just... and like you have this image where like he walks over to like his own personal bar and he begins to pour himself a drink and he's trying to laugh and shrug it off, but like there's the verge of tears where he's like, oh man, yeah. Wild times. I'm gonna need a double. Wild times, am I right? And just like knocks one back and then like puts the glass on the table that you're sitting by, but doesn't fill it and like takes a few swigs out of the bottle and then puts it back down and sits. So, oh, sorry, I didn't fill up your glass. Yeah, let's fill that up.
Yeah, I'm gonna chat with Maximilian for a little bit, agreeing. Wild times, yep. Malifaux will do that to you. And just sort of chat with Max, but as soon as I get the opportunity to leave, I'll just leave.
You chat with him a little bit, and you kind of get that sense of like an off personality. It's like it doesn't even take a scrutiny check. You've been around, you've interacted with people. This is someone who's been through a lot and is trying to handle it in probably not the most healthy way, but on the surface, it is a man who is putting on a facade and trying to keep himself together, but is probably really devastated with what happened to his family. But like any attempt to bring that up is just like more drinks, right? Like gotta drown out the pain. Meanwhile, outside, as you, Nemo, can I get another flip? Target number 9 to climb the storm drain.
Yeah, Nemo spends a good moment just staring at Tobias standing there before she attempts again.
Yeah, my hand's still like glowing and smoke coming off of him.
Is this a new thing?
It's yeah, you know when I went out of town, I picked up a few new tricks. It's a cool thing. Well, you like it?
It reminds me of. Never mind. Yeah, I'll be right back.
Okay. thought it was cool.
I got a 5. I'm gonna cheat it to a 9. I mean, it's really nice. Yeah, like yeah. As I'm.
Yeah, you got physique now, kid. Go climb the wall.
It takes a little bit of help from Toby. You have to kind of do the old cradle of the hands and lift her up, and she climbs up, gets up to a point where you pull yourself over the ledge, and you can see this conversation with this costume man who has like a long teal robe that drags behind him, the golden mask on the table, and he's sharing drinks with Ellie. Toby, give me a target number 6 notice check.
6, got it.
Tobias here too.
I'm not. I got 3, but my notice puts me at 7. Just suck on that.
You push her up, and then you look down, and water drops have formed on your hands. And all around you, there's a thick mist that's about knee deep that's begun to rise. You turn around and see about 40 feet off, the mist raises up into a wall, but the lanterns shining from these windows peer out into it and illuminate it, and there is a gaunt, 7-foot tall figure in a top hat. A single thin arm has pierced through the mist and is the only clear thing you can see, and it is holding an envelope. You have the silhouette of this figure in the mist and just the arm sticking out, holding an envelope, offering it to you 30 feet away.
Hey, Nemo, if you can hurry them up. I'm gonna kind of call up to her. I'm gonna take a step forward. Look, I look around. There's no one around, right? We're still vaguely hidden.
Yeah.
Just Nemo's big skirt ascending the wall.
I mean, I'll say you can hear like the approaching clopping in the distance, which like came from the front door area, which you're not at, but like you saw that there is an encroaching group of people coming towards you, no doubt guild personnel.
I'm going to begin to chant, like I'm beginning to cast on a spell, but like take like step by step, kind of like taking step closer to the envelope. But
As you step, it does one of these, just like wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
I'm gonna get closer and kind of like as far as I can, kind of just reach out, take it.
The arm and the hand turns to ash and just drifts away into the mist.
So I'm holding this thing. I'm gonna like scoot back, like as fast as I can, just like go back to the wall to where Nemo was, where I helped her up, and be like back against the wall. Look down at it. Look up at the mist. Back down.
It's just sealed envelope.
I'm gonna open it.
You open it, flip it open. It's a full page, and there's just a very small message written on it that says, "You need to run. This isn't where she dies."
What? Who? I'm gonna look up at Nemo.
You look up at Nemo. She's kind of hanging from the ledge, peeking in. That's all you get.
Do I notice Ellie? Do I notice Nemo staring at me through the window?
Are you trying to be stealthy, Nemo?
I'm really hoping that the way the seating is that he's looking away from me and she can see the window. Is that not the case?
Yeah, we'll say, give me a notice check 8 to see Nemo. I like that. Like you're behind Maximilian. Yeah, give me a notice check 8. Ellie.
Yeah, I got an 8.
Yeah, you totally see this little white hair peeking out from this hood, just sort of peeking up over the edge of the window rim, looking at you. Like, there's a few times where it looks like Maximilian's, because like he turns to the side, reaches down, and like pulls out another bottle, and you're like, oh, but nope, he doesn't see, and he just comes back and pours another glass.
Well, Max, may I call you Max?
Sure, yeah, absolutely. We're friends here, right? Friends, celebrate and drink. Have another.
I don't want another. I want to leave now. You said that you have an escape route, and I would like to use that. As I said earlier, time is of the essence, and I'd like to go.
Oh, absolutely. The guild comes all the time looking for necromancers and all that. Right this way. I got a wine cellar that goes into a secret tunnel that leads you right back into the downtown. I've disabled the traps, of course. The last time I forgot.
You may I ask
Someone died.
May I ask a favor, Max?
Yeah.
Two of my companions were also at the party, and they are currently waiting for me on your grounds. I would like to invite them to come in and use the same exit as me.
Oh shit, that's bad. Yeah, we gotta get them out. Bring them on in. Come on, let's go.
I walk over to the window and I open it up and I grab Nemo and say, "Get in here!" And I pull Nemo in, and I say, "Nemo, Max, Nemo." And then I turn down and I go, "Hey, get up here!"
Nemo.
I'm still holding the fucking thing. Look up.
Yeah.
Like,
You do you open the window to talk to Nemo, Ellie?
She said she opened the window and bodily lifted me into the room.
Perfect. That's what I wanted. Yeah. You freaking open the window and
Samwise
pull
Gamgee,
her in.
Throw me on the desk.
She gets thrown onto the desk. Toby, like, of course, you're still on the bottom. You make your way down to the front gate. When you do, you see a closer vision of what is approaching. There are 3 riders on horses. Each of them, you can see that there are chains dragging off these horses, and behind them, they are all dragging a large coffin that's just scraping against the ground. These figures have long brimmed hats. Their collars are pulled up tight, and with the mist, you cannot see their face. But they are calmly just clop, clop, clop on horses walking towards you, dragging these coffins.
Given my guild relationship, do I know who these people are?
You recognize immediately the coffins. These are definitely death marshals, which are designed to hunt out the undead. And you've heard horrors of the coffins, that they usually put people in them and leave them there until they go insane. And they are nigh unescapable without someone's help.
Okay. So I don't know why there would be guild marshals here, or death marshals here. No one that I know is undead or anything, so I'm gonna run back inside the
quarantine zone.
It's a quarantine zone, but my friends are safe.
Yeah, your friends definitely are undead.
Yeah. They're not undead, they're fine. So I'm gonna run back inside, into the back into the mansion, and meet up with Ellie and Nemo, who was just pulled in. My skin is still pale from this weird experience I just had, but I know I got to get away from the death marshals. So meet up with them. Guys, we got to get out of here. There's death marshals coming.
You okay? You look like Nemo.
I had someone give me this letter, and I'm gonna give it to them. You need to run. This isn't where she dies. I don't understand.
Yeah, Nemo, you just see that and
Does
scroll.
it look like a letter that I've seen before being offered?
No.
It doesn't look like the same envelope of another tall man in a top hat handing a letter to Doc in front of me.
I mean, it is just an envelope.
You didn't see the tall man. You were too busy looking in the window.
Okay, cool. So I don't take it.
I take it, I look at it, and I go, okay, yeah, Max, let's get out of here.
All right. Max is like, oh yeah, come on. Right, and he leads you downstairs into a wine cellar. He pulls a bottle. There's a click. He drags the entire shelf back. Inside is a dark tunnel. There's a single silver strand that's attached to the cabinet he sort of pulls back, and he says, all right. I mean, you hold this. Whatever you do, do not turn on any lanterns. You follow this thread, it'll lead you back into the downtown.
That's handy. That's really handy. Tobias gonna hold on to the thing and keep going.
Nemo, after you. And then I go.
All right.
And as I leave, I go, Max, I promise to bring your boy back either alive or dead, so don't worry.
Yeah. See my son. Yeah. All right. Goodbye. It just sort of entombs you. Just shuts it. There's a click, and you're locked in, completely pitch dark, just holding the strand in your hands.
Ow, Nemo. Oh, God. Excuse me.
Slower. I have smaller legs than you do.
As long as we got this, we can't get lost.
Faster.
I'm sorry. It's dark. I'm scared. Jeez.
Is that a bat? Oh, God.
There's no bats in here. Come on.
Quit pushing. We're all gonna get the same place. We're safe now, kinda. And as we keep going along.
All right.
You hear my dress rip, and I'm like, shit.
Can't return it now.
You go along. It gets to a point where at the beginning there's a little bit of light that shines through, but it becomes just pitch black, and you're pulling this strand, holding onto it, moving along. Occasionally you feel something shuffle along your ankles. A creature, a something just move along.
Okay.
Do you continue going?
Yeah.
I mean, we don't have any other choice.
Can I make a might check next time it shuffles nearby me to kick it?
Of course, like there's like a boom, and you hear like a screech as something slams against the wall.
And then you hear, got it.
Love it. This goes on for about 30 minutes. And the strand just doesn't go straight, like it turns and it twists. Occasionally it's like it's close to the wall, and you pull it back, and there's like there was something slimy adhesive that was holding it to the wall. But even though your hands get grimy and nasty and you're pulling along, the rope like slips a little bit as they get all oily and whatnot. You are led up into the surface, into downtown, as promised. When you do, you push aside the sewage lid, crawl up. You are in a dark alleyway. No one can see you. And once you are all out, still holding the strand, which seems to just go up farther into the alleyway, it breaks, swirls around the sewage lid, pulls it back into place, solidifies into solid street.
So cool.
That's interesting. You don't see that every day, kids.
See magic demonic shit like that every day, do you?
No. All right. Thanks everybody for humoring there. Got to learn. We have another contract job if we ever need to go and collect his son, dead or alive.
So I want to take this moment to push on you guys the next steps. You have a new contract or mission, so to speak, to go to the town of Innocence, find out what the guild is doing, and stop them. You will have supplies provided towards you, or provided for you. It's going to be dangerous. You don't know what they're after, but you do know that Captain, keep forgetting, he's been demoted. Captain Jeremiah Asher is also going in that direction via what you discovered, Nemo.
Yeah. Can we
what are your thoughts? Do you guys want to do anything before you head out? The wolf, as you dubbed him, was big on you should leave as soon as possible, and that they will have provisions for you.
I'm thinking we go to Innocence as soon as possible. That's where I'm trying to get to. That's where my contacts want me to go, you know. And I am saying if we go and do our job and come back, we'll be 10 times more prepared to go do random bounties. So
you're muted, Nemo.
Oh, Nemo. It's
Hey.
been a rough time, Nemo. We love you, though.
I'm comfortable leaving the city as well. I think that it will probably be wise to get out of here for a bit and keep our faces out of here for a time. Annoying the guild somewhere else, I'm not a huge fan of, but at the same time, probably good to cause mischief elsewhere and to be spotted elsewhere so that we could return to the city and be a little bit more free.
yeah, annoying the guild makes everything, you know. If we can really put a pin in them, you know, make it easy for us.
A reminder, I don't know about you, but this task we're doing for the wolf, we're not getting paid extra for this. We're getting a 10% increase, I guess, in what he's selling for the soul stones. But beyond that, there's nothing else to it. We don't know what we need. We're going in blind.
Well,
What, they
he
promised
offered.
you.
Hold on. He offered if you do this, he will get you what you want. Remember, that was his big thing. Was like,
Right.
I don't
Yeah.
deal in money. If you do this, you tell me what you want, and I might have something magical, strange that could give you your heart's desire.
And if good.
Yeah, but
Barely.
it's also like pissing off the guild or something, right?
Yeah, I'm all for pissing off the guild.
Like it'll accomplish something.
Totally. And if these guys are who I think they are, we want them as allies. We thought the Frey Corps were good guys. These guys are 10 times the good guys that the Frey Corps were.
Who
Or
do you
will
think
be.
they are?
Bureaucracy check.
Just honestly asking if you think you know who they are. Can we have a name, anything, or just
I mean,
mysterious benefactor?
well, they're not mysterious benefactors. We all heard of the Arcanists, have we not? Nemo, you've been around. You haven't heard of the Arcanists? Who's the
Have I
guild's number
ever?
one?
You've
The guild's
never
number one
heard of
villain?
Arcus.
You haven't paid attention to the papers at all? They mentioned the Arcanists, you know, causing random
I wasn't.
terrorism around town.
I wasn't.
You
really
you
supposed to
assumed
read
they
the
were like
paper.
they were a scapegoat, like they weren't real.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't supposed to read the paper really, and then I just never really got in the habit. I saw, you know, the kids shouting on the street, but that's about it.
We're still like in an alleyway, right? We're not like on the street
Yeah.
or anything.
I presume we're on our way to the gallows.
Yeah.
I mean,
you guys, you're moving along the downtown, but
if
you're
we're
keeping
walking,
to yourself.
If we're walking, I'm gonna pull them into an alley before I start talking about the Arcanists.
Yeah, for
That's
sure.
a bad idea. Yeah, the Arcanists, they're real, and they're like the guild's number one most wanted, you know?
Because they do
Because they're,
things like make the hands glow and stuff.
I mean, yeah, you know how the guild's trying to shut down all human magic? Well, the Arcanist is trying to, you know, propagate that. They want to advance humanity. They want to, you know, rip the guild out. Because, the guild's doing nothing but, you know, choking the life out of the city.
That's interesting.
I can't believe you live here and you don't know this stuff.
Fuck off. There's plenty of things you don't know about either.
I mean, I know the current events. How about that?
Yeah. Sure, fine, yeah, but
Okay. Let me spin it to you this way, guys. The Arcanists have special magic power. They can teach you magic. If you're not interested in magic, they have artifacts that they can give you to make Ellie, your bounty hunting easier. Nemo, your surviving easier.
yeah.
Yeah.
Do they all live in the mountains then?
I mean, that's where I met up with them, but they're everywhere.
Okay. Okay.
If it's
As
the
it's sounding.
if it's truly the Arcanists that you think that we're working for, I'm in.
I like that's what I like to
Personally,
hear.
I wouldn't trust the Arcanists very far, but I'm in to see what happens here. I have some dealings with the Arcanists from my past, full transparency. So that's it. I'm
Okay.
in.
So why would the Arcanists contact you, Tobias? Why would they send a message into your head saying, "Come"? Is that what happened then? They said, "You are an Arcanist. We know it. You have to come meet us in the mountains." Is that how it went down?
I mean, that's not exactly how it went down, but you know, I got a phone call. They got connections. They got the word out. They know I'm an ace reporter,
Well,
or was anyway.
yeah.
But
Right.
yeah,
I mean, I think it sounds like a good idea. I don't know. I don't know why the Arcanists do why they do, but they don't sound bad. So.
I mean, we know
Ellie
why
shrugs.
we know why the guild does what they do, and they want to control every aspect of our lives. The Arcanists want us to be free, and I like that more than the guild.
Right.
I think that is questionable in my opinion, but they're probably better than the guild. So
All
I'm
right,
in.
we are going to pause it there. When we come back, you guys can kind of say your goodbyes, deal with people before you head out, check in. We'll move through pretty quick with it and start making our way to the town of Innocence.
Sounds like a plan.
A 12 does break it.
Really? Train, we have to wait until your next turn.
Okay. I know. I just don't
You're gonna save Nemo.
I get.
I would never hurt people on purpose, Bhagwan.
All right, then we can trust her, boyos. She's not gonna hurt anybody.
Does anyone have a lockpick?
No. No, we don't need one.
Hello and welcome back to Twisted Veil, our Through the Breach campaign. We're going to get right back into it. The party has decided to take up a mission, so to speak, from a strange individual that has stressed how the guild has gone south into an area called the Badlands, where they're going to the town of Innocence to find something. Something there is important or expensive or powerful, and they are moving in droves. They are sending troops, battalions down to the south. Can I get a target number 8 literacy check or history from anyone who is trained in those particular skills?
So I got a 3 for my literacy check. And my history would be even lower.
I think you're the only one trained, Toby. So
We're all illiterate.
you don't know. I mean, it's called the Badlands, which you think is probably not great. But that's where you're heading.
Well,
Before
right?
this starts up, you guys have some things to wrap up. So, as we prepare to head out as quickly as possible to beat Captain Asher to whatever this goal is, this item that they want to find, you guys quickly find yourself back in the gallows. Your bar that leads to your hideout. When you arrive, Ronan is behind the bar, serving up a few drinks, a few patrons there, and the piano in the corner that was always out of tune but plays automatically is sort of like shuffling and rumbling, and it's going through a few songs and restarting and sounding like better and better, and there's like sparks coming out from the back of it. And Ronan doesn't seem to care, isn't paying it any mind. She looks up, she sees you walk in, and goes back to pouring a few drinks to the patrons.
Hey, Ronan, you know, we can take a look at that for you. That piano. It's not exactly setting the mood, if you know what I mean.
I think it's fine. Your friend that you left in your room, he's been working hard on it. And then a ball rolls out from behind the piano, lifts up 2 arms, and like they clack together and spark. And Kit is just excited and goes back and is just pulling things apart, reforming them, and making the piano sound better.
Wow. Okay then. I didn't
And
know
she
it would be so
says-
useful.
Yeah, he's useful. Weird as shit. Useful. So, what brings y'all back? What's the plan?
Know anything about the Badlands? Like in general, or Innocent specifically, the place, not the concept.
Town. The town of Innocence.
Yeah,
That's where you all heading?
That's right.
is that relevant?
I have a friend out there. You might mention his name. Could get you a little way, a little leeway in the town. Innocence, they don't trust outsiders. It's not a nice place. About
I don't like
500, 600 people living out there. It's a place of poverty where nature tries to smother life, but be an abomination to man or God. Someone decided to build a town out in the Badlands. Yeah, you head on in. Mention the name Parker Barrows.
Really, Barrows?
No relation to the quarantine zone.
Right, okay.
Name's a real popular name.
I told him the same thing, but That's what he wanted to go by.
Well,
Of fake names.
well, we're gonna leave tomorrow, and so I don't think we're gonna be able to bring the smaller robot with us.
Why not?
I mean, do you want to carry it on the horse?
It
It could be useful.
rolls out, looks up at you. Its eye goes from red to like a sad blue, and it hangs its head.
Yeah, like, I'm sure there's plenty of stuff for it to do out there, right? Like, I don't know. Like, I think it would be useful is a thing.
I mean,
Fine.
I can kind of see Ellie's point. We kind of got to drop a light, and this guy's a horse ain't gonna carry this guy.
I can carry him then. I mean, if a horse can carry me, it can also carry it. Like, I don't know that much, so one horse for me and Kit, one horse each for your heavier persons.
Wow, call me fat. All right.
I'm not
you
calling
wanna
you fat,
carry
I'm
it-
implying it. Yeah?
If you want to carry it, you can carry it. I'm not gonna stop you
mean-
on that.
It got legs. You can just follow.
Is it as fast as a horse, though?
Kit sort of chirps up, stomps a little bit on the floor, and begins to kind of run circles around you excitedly to try to prove itself.
Right, so you can run as fast as an horse. It might be really useful. Maybe. Possibly.
Ellie's gonna stop it with her foot.
The second you put your foot out, it like stops like it hit a wall and just looks up at you.
Yeah, you can come with. The second you rust, the second sand gets in your gears, I'm not gonna be the one that's carrying you. You got that?
It's like tool hands shift backwards and turn into knives, and it just does like some punching motions like, yeah, ready.
Knives are necessary, but yeah. Like, I can carry it. I've been feeling very spry lately.
It only lasts for a minute. The physical enhancement.
Yeah. I don't need to mend that.
All right, we'll cast it for 1 minute. We'll cast it for another minute, and then another minute
Yeah.
while you're carrying it. All right, we got you.
Work perfectly.
We got a plan here.
Ronan, we're gonna leave. Probably in the morning. Can you hold down the place and make sure nobody finds us and finds our home while we're gone?
Your secrets are safe with me. Oh, just be careful. The Badlands, dangerous place.
Are they bad lands?
Yeah,
Right.
I
okay.
suppose you can say that.
Yeah, you didn't need to dignify that with an answer, but that was fine.
All right, Ronan, I got a question. What? Can you give us some horses? Where can we get some horses? Because city boys over here, I don't got a connection for that.
So we're gonna say, for all intensive organization purposes, the wolf, as you have dubbed him, did give you sort of like an area outside of town where you can get some horses.
Okay.
Yeah. We're not gonna make a big search to get it. You guys have a place where you're gonna get horses that should be stocked up with everything you need to travel the Badlands.
Quick question. Are Brent and I both black boxes right now?
Just Brent. You're
Just
fine.
Brent? This is wonderful.
Wait,
I
what?
am not the problem. Your video stopped.
Oh wait. Haha! How about that?
Alright, yeah.
It's
Did
better.
I fix it?
I don't know if it's better on
Yeah.
the screen, but it's better for you.
Am I back?
All right.
It will be adjusted. So we'll have horses. We'll have all our equipment set up for us tomorrow to go out. Okay. I want to turn to everybody and say, who else here ridden a horse before?
I
mean,
can honestly say I don't think I've seen a horse before.
You
I know
you've
what
ridden
one-
one, Toby? Or no?
Not so much ridden one. I've dealt with animals before. It's kind of the same thing. How hard can it be?
The zombie cows.
I mean, yeah. I've seen them, fed them. I've heard their pain cries, and a horse can't be much different.
Okay.
Have you ridden a horse before, Ellie?
Nope.
No? Okay, exciting. Kit, have you ridden a horse?
His hands still knives, just like leans down into the floor and is like, punch, 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 stab, 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 and he just tears up the floor. And Ronan's like, no, stop it, and it looks up, holding its knives up threateningly, and stops.
Ronan,
He's got moxie.
you've ever ridden a horse before?
I have.
Got any tips?
Put pressure on the side when you want it to go forward. Treat it right, feed it right, and it won't throw you off.
Okay. Great. This is gonna go great. I'm gonna go get some sleep before whatever awaits us in the morning with these creatures.
Yeah, let's go back to our room. Nemo, got a question for you.
Like right now?
Right. Yeah. Let's go back in the other room first. Are we done with Ronan? You got any more questions?
Yeah, no, Ronan, you're fine, thanks.
All right. So I'm gonna walk back down to the room. Nemo. What'd you get from Asher? All that time in there hiding from me? What was the phone call about? We gotta know.
Right, well, not a lot. So mostly he was talking to his dad and going like, Daddy, I'm so sorry. I'm so upset that I disappointed you, but I'm going to make it right because I'm going to go and get the thing from the place. He wasn't specific about the place, but just judging by, everything that's happening right now, I'm assuming it's innocence. I suppose it could be something else. But he is hoping to improve his position by procuring an item of some kind, which I assume is from innocence. And, yeah, that's mostly it. That's the majority of the conversation.
Just him whining to his father.
Yeah, he said something about regaining his honor. It was all very dramatic.
All right, I guess. Okay.
You want to do a scrutiny check?
No, what?
Or do you believe me? Okay.
I believe you. Tobias has the utmost faith in his companions. He would never have to do screening checks on them.
Right. Yes. Well, she's telling the full truth and nothing but the truth.
Yeah. No, I know. I can tell because I trust you. Okay.
Nemo, can you help me get out of the dress?
Oh, yeah. Do you want me to knife it off, or do you want me to actually unfasten it?
No, just unfasten it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Right. Do that. I asked Ellie to do the same for me.
I help you out of your dress.
Hey, Tobias.
Yo.
Are you able to get undressed by yourself? Do you need help?
I think I can handle it myself, and he removes the. You're probably took the mask off by now. You can unfasten a vest and a jacket and button and pants and stuff. Put on his normal reporter look. He got his.
Right. Then yeah, that's fine. I'll get back into my black skivvies that I usually wear, and I'll position myself in front of the door, sitting cross-legged with Kit next to me.
Right. You guys have a peaceful sleep, comfortable in your bed. Nemo, as you spend your night sitting next to Kit, occasionally Kit looks at you, waits for a response, and then just turns back and looks at the door.
I am going to read that ledger overnight.
You read the ledger, and it's essentially a series of business-like things where it is a guild ledger talking about Captain Asher's decisions to move materials, soldiers, people south to the town of Innocence. From what you can surmise, there are about 50 soldiers. There are 15 unique personages that are currently there. And he is heading out with a caravan of 15 with 2 unique personages tomorrow.
Are any of the involved death marshals or associated with those?
All it is either soldiers or unique personages.
Okay.
But whatever is there, like there's a lot of notes about how important it is, how must be captured, must be brought back. A very focused ledger on succeeding in the mission.
Okay. I will in the morning, unless there's anything else people want to do. I will share that in the morning.
Is Nemo not sleeping?
She is watching the door. She is taking on that.
Really early in the morning. I forget if I know that you don't sleep. I think I still assume you sleep. Ugh. So really early in the morning, you'll hear like some shuffling as Ellie wakes up, and I'm gonna pull out the first of the 3 books that I got from my little book bag, and pull it out, open it up, look up, and see Nemo sitting there, and go, okay, I'll do this later.
I'm looking the other way.
It's weird. At this point, it's just weird.
It's weird either way, isn't it?
It is, but I'm awake now. So, do you sleep? Do you ever sleep?
Yeah, of course I do. You've seen me sleep.
Yes, I have.
Kit and I could be like taking turns or whatever.
Okay, I'm gonna go take a shower before we go. Or a bath. I'm gonna go bathe myself. That's it. That's me.
And Tobias sleeps like a baby.
Tobias has like a 1,000 thread count or whatever on his bed. It's just loving
I have the
it.
fanciest bed. This is nicer than I ever get back in my apartment. Good God.
I love we've decided that Tobias is a fancy rich boy when his actual apartment that he lives in doesn't have sheets and is.
Yeah, but he has a second apartment that we don't know about.
Don't know about
and that one has the Egyptian silk.
All right, is there anything else anyone wants to do before you head out?
I want to take a walk. I'm gonna head out. I'm gonna take a walk. I'm gonna tell them, I'll meet you guys back at. We're gonna get some breakfast before we go. I'll meet you guys back at LeBlanc, or we'll get some pizza for the road. You guys get me some pizza for the road. I'll meet you back over there. I gotta go get some things from my apartment. Pack my bags.
Yeah, with all the stuff that you have at your apartment that you need to pack, I understand.
Yeah, I got clothes. I can't look this good every day, without changing my clothes and shaving. So I'm gonna go. So I'm about to go do that. Take a walk.
All right. You leave. You take a nice walk through the town, make your way down to the Howling Zone, and go into your normal apartment. Your secondary apartment. We won't call it normal. Your secondary apartment.
I mean, the on the books one is take a few bags from there. Take a suitcase with clothes that you might need because, of course, and then I'll take a walk to the secondary one, the safe house.
All right, you make your way towards the safe house. You get to the front door, open it up, pull the pull string to turn your lights. Nothing.
I look around. It's like Hey, coming out. Good places to be.
There's like a series of static shifting, and you hear the words, "I would move heaven and earth to be together forever with you."
Yeah, I know you would. I'm flattered, but come on, get up on the table. I'm gonna pat the table.
You pat the table and the sides of this radio, and you just see the silhouette from the shadows as it like explodes out, turns into these metal claws, climbs up onto the table, and again the radio shifts and says, "I can't see me loving nobody but you." Do 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 do.
All right. What's
And
the
then
volume
it just
of this thing?
shuts down. Claws come back in.
All right, I'm gonna get the microphone ready, and I'm going to start messing with the dials and start preparing my broadcast. A broadcast.
Switching over to it. All right. You pull up the microphone.
I assume
Sorry, what's
we'll, do you want to say it at breakfast when I meet back up with them?
Yeah. You prepare your broadcast. You say it. You meet back up with the party for breakfast. Everyone is kind of eating, having some eggs and bacon.
I want to bring the radio with me, so I'm going to, after I'm done doing my thing, I'm going to like, come on, you're gonna have to come with me. We got a few places to be.
Little spider legs sort of sprout out of it. It climbs up onto your shoulder. It turns and again speaks to you with instruments and music that you don't really recognize, but it like whispers into your ear. "I love you, always, forever, near and far. Push it together."
All right. All right. Oh my God. I know we're a thing, but it doesn't have to be like a thing. Just come on, keep it on level here. I'm not in love with you just yet. Let's keep going.
Just you get like and then it shuts off.
Right. So it's sitting like kind of on my shoulders, like almost like it's a metal backpack almost. It's got its spider legs kind of like sitting on my shoulders over here, and then like under my arms, like kind of holding on around my waist, so I can carry it with me. And I think then I'm going to sneak back out and meet back up with them at breakfast.
Back at the gallows, I would like to be having this conversation with Ellie. So I've got 3 theories, right? There's kind of 3 possible things that could be going on. First, demons. Obviously, probably his brain was infected by demons who brought him out into the mountains and made him believe all sorts of things like that. He's got like glowing hands now and like shit. Second, he's like the Arcanists were actually interested in meeting a fake reporter and were like, yeah, this is definitely a guy that we want to get in with. We'll definitely give him magical powers. He's a great asset. Third option, very interesting, vampire? Maybe. I'm thinking that there is real juice in the vampire, through line there. I don't know how it would tie in, with the whole glowing hands thing, but honestly, I don't know that much about vampires.
Ellie's just eating, just listening, kind of as you're just going through this, and just like, if he's a vampire, when he goes outside today, we'll find out. He'll probably burn, according to the book. As for the other 2, demon-y thing, I don't know much about that. We'll find out about it. If it becomes a problem, I'm sure we can deal with it. Did he cast magic on you?
Yeah, so you know how I can't like lift shit for shit, right? And but you saw me like climb up the side of a wall to get up to the
Yeah,
like that was the prowess. But like so he kind of like just turned to me, right? And he put his hands on my shoulders and he just looked at me for a very long time. And I was like, okay, and then his hands started glowing and he started like chanting in it was Latin, I know, yeah, it was Latin, and maybe it wasn't, and then like suddenly I felt like I felt like yeah, like I could absolutely. And then I just like it took me like 5 seconds to get up to your window, and that's when you saw me, and then that sort of thing happened. But like could be magic, could be vampires, could be demons.
I mean, I will find out about a vampire thing. The demon thing, I don't really know about. It didn't sound like he ate a soul like Edward did, so that's good. And yeah, if it's something involving the Arcanists, we'll deal with that too.
Yeah, have you heard of them? Yeah, you said you did. You said that you had worked with them, right?
I know about them.
Like.
Toby, you push open the doors. Come in.
Look around. Hey, there they are. I'm gonna sit down on the table. Hey, you guys, order me a pizza? What happened? A pizza?
They don't
just
have
eggs.
pizza at the gallows.
Oh, we're at the
just
back of the
eggs.
gallows.
Yeah.
I thought you went to LeBlanc. Okay.
I like the idea that he burst into LeBlanc, sat down at a table, and was like, "Hey," and then just walked all the way back to the gallows.
Oh, there's no one here.
We're back. We're back.
We eat here for free.
I mean, yeah, but pizza is the breakfast of champions, you know. I guess we can do with eggs. You know, we got a long journey ahead of us, but eggs will do.
What's that? And I point at the radio.
Oh, that's a little gift from those friends I told you about. It's a gift from the friends.
The canners.
Ellie,
the canners. Yeah, the people who can stuff. Yeah, those guys.
Ellie, you point at the radio and like two of the metal claws creep around his shoulders, and then they begin to make a gesture where one of the claws sort of slits across the throat and the other one just points at you. But Toby seems completely unaware of this as he is just talking normally.
Yeah, they're the canners. The gift from the friends, you know. You want ease of bounties. This is the kind of shit they can give you. You want to survive a little bit longer. This is the kind of shit they can give you.
Tobias just hit himself in the face with a fork.
Yeah.
I turn to Nemo and say, strong. I'm leaning strong towards one at this point in time. Option one sounds good. Yeah, the canners. I'm just gonna say one thing. I said it already to Kit. You're bringing another metallic object on a dust road. If it rusts, it's your problem.
I mean, I made it. I can fix it. You know, I know how this works.
You made it.
Yeah.
You made it. Okay.
I mean, I had help, but you know.
And is it dangerous?
No.
Because he did just threaten to kill Ellie just now. You know, just like with some little bull figures.
What?
You look to the left and the right. Toby, nothing. Just it's attached.
Yeah, it's been sitting there. It's fine.
Okay. I'm gonna tell you right now, Toby, if I wake up and that thing is anywhere nearby me or makes a move for me, I will break it. I will not feel bad about it.
It's gonna be right where I left it, you know? And it ain't gonna move when I'm sleeping. Understand?
The radio, the dials turn and it just says citizens, like it's ready to produce a broadcast, and then it like perks up, kind of tries to look you in the face, but it's to the right of you and it's just waiting for your permission.
Ronan, you got a radio in here? I think it's
down here. I mean, we got a piano. That's about it.
Tobias, you have a radio.
Citizens!
I mean,
citizens!
I'm gonna, okay. You're right. Good thing I do. And I'm gonna kind of like maneuver it off. Hey, it's heavy. All right, come up here on the table. Let's play some music maybe. I'm gonna do this. Who else is in this bar?
There's like two people in the corner that don't friggin' care. They're sloshed. Like one of them is.
Did I?
sleeping on the table, reaching for their beer, like their empty mug that's fallen on the floor. When they finally grab it, they sip nothing and it just falls back onto the floor.
I'm gonna let it crawl up on the table.
Did I recognize the voice of citizens from previous similar broadcasts?
It sounds identical. Yeah.
Okay.
And
That was the Honest Citizen, wasn't it?
the honest citizen, yes.
I mean, you think what? I like to hear a certain radio show. You know, it's part of my
Yeah.
daily routine.
No, I wasn't saying anything about it. I think it'd be really nice to listen to an episode of The Honest Citizen.
All right, good, because I'm about to play an episode of The Honest Citizen, if you don't
I think
mind.
that's great. I think that's lovely.
Good, me too.
Yeah.
It's lovely. And
Are
I-
you two
So
done?
go ahead and play it.
Are you two done right now? Let's just.
Yes, and I'm gonna press turn the dial on. Let's turn up the volume in here, because this is obviously going.
The spider legs push it up to its maximum height, and it turns the dials and says, "Citizens, this will be my last broadcast for a time. I have received a tip from the guild. I've received a tip. The guild is committing more war crimes aboard. Rest assured, my sources will be on their best report on it." And then it kind of shifts and crackles, and a different voice takes over that seems to be on the same scope of a message, but it sounds desperate. It sounds like a sad, weak, unhappy woman, and it says, "The tyrants know no bounds." And when it says this, it shifts over towards Ellie and just takes two of its claws and scrapes across the table, peeling up bits of wood. And then it goes back to its normal spot.
I stand up and I take my knife and I put it in the table in front of that.
Whoa! That was not what I told you to do. What happened?
That was a threat.
Just yesterday, the Death Marshals had infiltrated a local gathering in the Barrows on the baseless suspicion of necromancy. That's all tonight. As always, this is the Honest Citizen. And it claws fold back into it, and it plops down onto the table.
It's a little excited, but we're working out the kinks. You know, it ain't gonna do that anymore. That's for damn sure. I'm gonna slap it on the top like you're slapping a TV.
Nothing happens. It's just plump.
Starting to like the idea of bringing Kit more and more comparatively to this thing. Nemo, I'm on your side a little bit more now about bringing Kit. Again, you have to carry him if he falls apart.
That is the correct side to be on. I appreciate your support.
Kit turned like it's been pacing around the table like a very excited dog. It stands up, pulls out one of its claws, and it turns into 3 screwdrivers, but 2 of them come down just to give this machine kind of the middle finger.
It does this to the radio?
Okay.
Yeah, the radio.
I've never been so proud.
Ellie, too, will look at Kit and go, nice.
They shift back, it rotates it, thumbs up.
It's got some kinks to work out. You know, it'll grow on you. It's growing on me. I like
It does 2 points and makes the like slit throat gesture like it did to you.
All right,
Ellie.
cool it, Kit.
So was that like a friend of yours then, the lady? Or just
I don't know who the lady was. That was unexpected. That there must be someone else broadcasting things, and he's gonna go back to. Not that I'm broadcasting things. It's must be someone else broadcasting things.
That would never
competing.
be an assumption that I'd make.
Competing for the same ad time. You know, that's not okay. And he's gonna like kind of open it up and start looking at the wires and things. Is this?
Well, I only have one place to stop to this morning, and if we have nothing else to do, we can stop by the post on our way out. Is everyone else ready to go?
Hang on, let me finish eating my eggs and he's gonna real fast.
You scarf them down. So, for all intents and purposes, we're going to move along. Ellie, you stop by the post office. You drop off an envelope. I'm going to say, Nemo, you do some
I would like
things
to
to make a
buy.
contact to talk about, hey, I'm going to be gone for a few weeks. Strange, creepy smile boy. I'll see you soon.
Yeah.
Right? Like, just to kind of...
I would also like to buy a notebook and a pen or a pencil or something.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Easy peasy. Get a notebook, get a pencil.
Lemon squid.
But we all kind of wrap up like the lingering things that are happening in the city. Everyone takes their time. You follow the instructions where you are led out to the front. Probably about like quarter mile away, there's a small wooden shack where there's a man sitting in a rocking chair. He has a big stable with several horses, deep gray beard, many teeth are missing, like a big cowboy hat, but it's folded up at the front, bullet hole through it, and he's chewing on a bit of weed, and he just looks at you, spits, and doesn't say anything.
Tip
Hey,
my cat.
Go ahead.
Tip my cat and say, "You got what we need?"
Well, that depends on who's asking.
People who need horses, that's who's asking.
And we all need horses trying to get around from this shit stain of a place known as Malifaux.
We've got a benefactor that would like us to get some horses.
Do you now?
Yeah.
What my compatriots mean is that we've been called by... He didn't say his name.
His name is the benefactor.
By the wolf, the benefactor. Some people in very high places. You've been expecting us, believe me. If I may be convincing with my subtext.
Target
I don't believe
number...
you've been. What?
Target number 11.
I don't believe you've been expecting anyone else out here on this time of day. So I just got an ace. 11. I can't. Can I cheat that? Convince is.
You can change it, yeah.
And it's not going to work.
He says, well, I've been expecting a lot of people wanting to get out of Malifaux, I have. So I'll just keep on expecting you, I say.
Can we pay you money to take a horse, or can we not pay you money to take a horse?
I mean, you can pay me whether it is or whether it isn't. You got yourselves any paperwork?
I don't understand how your business runs. Do you do this with everyone?
Darling, we outside Malifaux. Business ain't business anymore. It's wild out here. Usually business done on a bit of a knife or a bit of a gun and all that is, and I like you right now, so, you know.
Do we have paperwork?
I don't think we do.
Yeah, I got paperwork.
Yep.
Okay.
I pull out my gun.
Roll me a tenacity or intimidation check. Target number 8.
I don't have those. I don't have any of those.
Can we assist her in any way?
Yeah. I got a 2. I'm just gonna pull out my gun and say, look, some person who I call the wolf, who is the benefactor, somebody who's related to this person named Amina, wants us to go to the town of Innocence. Can we get horses, please? This gun is awfully heavy, and I want to put it on the back of a horse.
You kind of pull out your gun, not to point it at him, but just explain this, and he reaches down under his rocking chair, which like kind of has a blanket hanging over, and puts a shotgun across his lap and says, well, I mean, unless you got yourselves the right paperwork, it's gonna cost you a bit. We'll say, there are 3 of you? Yeah, 3 script apiece. I'll make sure you ain't dead in the Badlands.
By giving a. Okay, so is that a threat, or are you going to sell us horses? Can you be more clear in your ways?
No threat. No threat around here. It ain't I ain't threatening. I'm a businessman. I would want to get rid of customers.
All right, fine. I'll pay your 9 script.
9 script.
It's a lot.
Nice.
I think it was 3 script total.
3 script per person.
Yeah, a piece.
9 total.
Really? Oh my god.
I pull out the script, I give it to the guy, and I say, give us the horses, give us what we needed. If you don't give us every single thing, I will kill you.
Well. No need for that. I mean, where you say you head?
I already said it. Town of Innocence.
Sorry. In me old age, memory gets short. Yeah, I can see you, but you're gonna need a lot of water. You're gonna need a lot of blankets, US. Don't worry about it. You'll be fine. 10 days ride. 10 days ride. That's what you're gonna need with the finest horses that you can find. Come on. So when you get down, you find my cousin Willie. Same business. He send you right on back. We're twins, Wiz. Don't worry about it. But I'm the nicer one.
Nemo has already went back into the stables. She fully left the conversation.
Yeah, nice one's trying to make us pay
Give me a notice check, Nemo.
Sure. What's my target number? Just
Target
kidding,
number 8.
I got a 13.
Target number 8.
I got a
with
13
a 13.
of crows. I sang it.
This person is sort of like hobbling back. He's using the shotgun as a cane. As he's moving around, you notice that there is a deck inside the stables that leads up into the main house, where one of the pieces of wood are sort of cocked to the side. And when you lean down and look at it, you see that there is a lockbox that's sort of essentially like hidden underneath this deck, but this piece of wood wasn't put back right.
Are they still arguing out front? Is he coming?
His attention is not on you. He's walking with Ellie, saying like, now this right here, this is the finest horse you could ever find outside of Malifaux. You're gonna go right as rain. Don't worry, if it dies, you can eat it.
The entire time that this guy's talking to me, the most frequent thing that Ellie says. Also, I recognize this guy is definitely grifting us a little bit, but working person also all the same. But a lot of what Ellie is basically saying as she walks with this guy is, all right, you better not cheat me. You better not cheat me on this. This better be good. Sort of just going with whatever he's saying, but also clearly laying down you better not be lying to me.
He's of the personality of, no, of course not, right? Like every time you say it's like, I would never, an honest customer is yourself. But like, you're getting that mentality of an honest customer don't mean shit to this dude, right? Like, he's saying he's going to be honest, but how honest is honest for this individual? Nemo, do you want to do anything?
That's a full yoink for me. Can I check to see if it's trapped in any way? I know check for traps isn't super a thing in Through the Breach, but like, does it look like if I pick it up, there'll be an alarm or something?
This looks like just like a box that is, it has like a thick padlock on it, that was put under the floor.
I'ma pick
We are
it.
not in
I'ma-
D&D. You definitely don't think this is trap. There's no shady shit. This is just a guy who like put something under the floor.
I'ma pick it.
Give me a
lock.
target number 12 pickpocket to open it.
Lockpick is a specific.
Oh, I'm
skill.
sorry. If
I
lockpick
got-
is
Yeah, I got a 13 of tomes on my lockpicking.
you kind of look behind your shoulder, you see that Ellie is watching this person with a air of suspicion, and he is just having a gay old time talking about like, oh, you know, this is the best horse. Don't worry, I'm gonna take care of you. I got blankets. Attention completely not on you. You quickly push aside the wooden floorboard a little bit, lean down, pop it up. There is like a very fine looking gold pocket watch. There is a pearl necklace and about 15 script inside.
I take 9 script. I lock it back up and I put it back under the floorboards.
You take it, just click the lock back on, and quickly stand up to attention. Right as you do, he turns around and he says, "Nah, did you want a fast horse or a slow horse?" Looking straight at you, Nemo.
I want a horse that's not going to keel over in the middle of the Badlands.
I'll give you the best one. Don't you worry about it. Be fine, he is.
Thanks.
And he continues to lead you along.
I'm
Your
gonna-
horses. Oh, sorry, go ahead, Nemo.
I'm going to fall into step with Ellie and put 9 script back into her pocket. I'm
Are,
going to sneak it in there. It's not going to be obvious. No.
are you trying to sneak it in to where Nelly wouldn't notice?
Ellie wouldn't notice
Or
it right
Ellie.
away, preferably. Yeah.
Okay. You just nimbly kind of slip it into Ellie's pocket without her noticing. Eventually, you guys are set up. You have 3 horses. They look pretty strong, pretty sturdy, and they are loaded. They're loaded with blankets, different like coats, clothing, hats, and a lot of water. There's a moment where this guy kind of goes back around and he has like a water pump. He's filling jug after jug after jug and draping it over your horses. After that, you guys are kind of set up looking into the horizon, into like kind of the gray clouds and mist that fall along the city. And he points out and he's like, "Well, I wish you the best of luck, I do. Head on out and say hello to my brother if you can, my cousin.
You said
Shit,
you had
I don't
twins.
know. I had a lot of drink today.
Yeah.
Yeah, my twin. That's the one. Yeah.
We'll keep an eye out. Thanks, Mr. What was your name again?
George. Call me George.
George. Gotcha. All right, we'll go find George's brother. I'm ready to.
I had the better end of the deal. My brother, they wanted to name him George. They did, but instead they named him Porge. What a stupid.
Right, so it's just Nemo stands out in front of the horses and looks in a direction. That way, then, right?
Yeah, well, we have a general sense of where Innocence is in comparison to us.
Yeah.
Yeah, can we have a world map?
I've been having a hard time getting into Foundry. It is southeast, we'll say for now. You guys definitely have like a direction. The wolf wouldn't have left you uninformed. So you know where to go. But essentially the map you're looking at, it is just barren wasteland for miles. Essentially, it's about a 10-day ride, but there is a small town that you are supposed to find with in these coordinates.
Okay. If we follow the map, it'll be easy, right? Like, it's not gonna be. It looks easy enough to follow this map.
It's a weird map that's basically like it has like kind of the dotted trail where it's like, oh, after a 2 days ride, you should see a mountain that looks like a ram skull. Go a little bit to the right of that, continue onwards, and then you should see a wasteland canyon that goes down into an endless pit. It's a map, but it's based off like landmarks, essentially.
Do we feel like we're gonna die in the desert, considering none of us know what we're doing?
When you look at your horses, they're loaded with water, so hopefully not.
We got enough. Got 10 days worth of water. We'll be fine.
Ellie puts the hat on, gets on this horse, cues the montage travel music.
All right, Ellie, you kind of clench your feet, give it a little whip, and it takes off, kicking up dust behind you. And the other two of you just watch Ellie charging into the sunset.
Right, let me get on my own horse, and I'm gonna pat it a little bit, like hike my leg up there, and then all right, good call. Come on, we got it. We got to follow her. Let's go. And he like kind of slaps her ass.
Give me a target number 7 charm or husbandry check.
I like Ellie didn't even have to do it. She was just so confident that it happened.
I did it because Ellie's a badass, and I can't.
Yeah. Okay. So Toby's not a badass. I understand. Well, 13.
We're swift. We're shifting into Western mode.
I got a 13.
With a 13, you slap it a little bit on the side, give it a little bit of pat. The head turns, looks at you, and then it does like a like rears up, kicks a little bit. You manage to hold on, grab your flat cap, and it charges into the distance. Just brum, brum, brum. You've never been on this thing, but you are just freaking booking, kicking up dust clouds right behind Ellie.
How's that for badass?
Badass
What?
point.
It was a charm check.
Yep.
It's charm, yeah.
I'm gonna kill it. Is the thing. I got the red joker. This horse loves me. This horse loves me so much.
Nemo, you look at what they do. You kind of give it a little tick or a little kick. It looks back at you, and for a moment, you stare at this horse straight in the eyes. It stares at you, and there is a mental bond. And you don't even know what you're doing. You're just like pulling reins, pressing your feet on its sides a little bit, but it follows you. You are bonded that horse. It takes off. It takes off so fast that like you're galloping, holding on, like occasionally you feel like you're about to fall off, and it slows down a little bit, seems to catch you. You pass past Toby. You book past him. Toby, you are left in the dust as you see Nemo just hunched over, riding this thing like a bat out of hell, heading straight towards Ellie, to the point where you pass Ellie. You continue going, and then you realize for a moment you don't have the map, and you kind of have to pull back a little bit and wait for Ellie and Toby to catch up. But this horse is bonded to you.
Yeah. Can I say that I put Kit in a saddlebag and I didn't just leave him like a mile behind us at the stable?
Kit has an incredible amount of speed. He is about the size of a very large beach ball, so you cannot put him in a saddlebag. But like as you pull off, especially with that red joker, he sprints and like goes into a roll. And when he loses momentum, he sprints a little bit more, like on all fours, and goes into a roll and just keeps up with you with no problem.
Oh my god, he's so cute.
He's so cute.
He has his moments.
We pull our horses into a decent trot and head out.
Yeah. Is this what Wisconsin looks like?
Parts of it.
It's so empty.
All right. Now we are out of the city of
Think about more
Malifaux.
trees. more prairie, like grass, rather than like dust.
No.
No, that's Wisconsin.
Yeah,
Not the Badlands.
it ain't the Badlands. That's for sure.
Badlands are so
Sure, it's hell ain't North Carolina. That's for sure.
So, it only takes a few hours before the cloudy gray skies of Malifaux give way. Out here, the sky takes on a burning orange tint, and the blazing sun seems far too close for comfort. It's hot, incredibly hot. And as the sweat quickly pours off your body, your clothes begin to stick to you like wet tissue paper. The Badlands are an endless field of cracked earth where the soil peels up and curves like dead leaves. Gnarled black trees are sporadically scattered about the wasteland, and in the distance, you can see only the red clay mountains of sand and blasted rock. How are you handling this on your first day? You're about an hour in, just pouring sweat. You got 10 days.
Sounds like Las Vegas. Fuck.
Oh yeah.
Tobias is not faring well. He's never experienced heat like this before. This is nuts. This sucks. He's already dipping into the water.
Can Nemo experience heat or sweat?
I'm gonna give you an option, Nemo.
Can I choose to sweat?
Gross.
You
Just
can
like you're choosing it.
you can choose to experience heat and sweat because we have established you are undead, or you can choose not to. But there will be a consequence.
I think Nemo can experience heat, but I don't think she can sweat. That doesn't feel like something she would be able to do.
That's fine.
So she's
It's a happy
yeah.
happy medium. Yeah.
Yeah, so she can definitely feel that it's hot. She just doesn't sweat.
You don't sweat, but it's just burning. It's burning hot.
She feels very crispy. And she's just spending a lot of time petting her horse and making sure her horse has a lot of water.
How are you hanging out there, Ellie?
I want to make a math check to calculate how much water we have to how many days and how much we're going to drink.
Sure. Target number 7.
Yes, this is it! Ellie's dream! Oh my god, yes! Oh.
The best day ever. I didn't have to make a check, but I did get to make a check about math.
I have to
got you,
cheat. I have to cheat my math check, but I will succeed and get a 7. At the rate of which we're drinking, will we make it?
Judging not only by the rate that you are drinking, but by the azimuth of the sun and the angle that it is pouring down at you, you think you have enough to get it there. Even a couple days extra. So you could drink heavily, splash some on the back of your neck. Whatever this charlatan was and how shady he was, he definitely hooked you up. Like, he might have not seemed like the most honest person, but he did his job. Like, he gave you a lot of water. He gave you everything you needed. You're not entirely sure why he gave you so many blankets and such thick tents, but he seemed to be earnest. He also gave you like sacks of like canned foods and everything. You think you're all right.
What are the canned foods?
Tobias, you look in, there's like canned beans and of course quality cook's meat. So much quality cook's meat.
Why? We're gonna if we don't die, if the sun doesn't kill us, this canned meat will.
She eat cactuses and stuff. That's a thing that people are able to do, right? Like there's milk inside?
There are no cactuses out here. There's just like these black gnarled trees with no leaves.
Can you
Neat.
eat trees?
I mean, we can try. It's safer than the meat.
We gotta make a choice, I think. Do we want to travel at night or do we want to travel in this heat during the day? We don't know precisely how cold it's gonna get out here, but it might be better than this.
What do the horses want to do? Can horses see in the dark?
No.
Well, I will say, if you travel at night, there might be less dangers, but we're going to have to do wilderness checks because your map is kind of based on landmarks and none of you have dark vision. You're essentially like charging through the night. It's pitch black. You might have a lantern in front of you and you're
We can go,
trying to
like,
find your way.
Crepuscular, like sleep in the middle of the day and the middle of the night, and then ride at dawn and dusk.
I think that's a good idea.
That makes sense.
So we can still see, but we won't be like, so
It's
wet.
if I know anything about and I don't know that much, right? But I have a hunch that a lot of creatures will also probably live in a very similar style to that. So if we're gonna bump into stuff, it would likely be at dawn and dusk. But I'm okay with that. So,
I mean, wouldn't it be good to be awake when they attack us, right? Like,
Aye.
it's good to be awake at the same time.
yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, it's better than, traveling in this intense heat and traveling in the intense cold. I'm a happy medium, especially if it's a work in it.
So you guys you've ridden through your first day. Night is approaching. Do you want to continue riding or make camp?
I think we're gonna continue through sunset, and when the sun goes down, that's when we're gonna make camp, and then we're
Yeah.
gonna rise a little bit before dawn.
Okay.
Woo!
You get to this point where the sun goes down. It dips over this area. And for those of us who are earthbound, by far the strangest thing is that the sky is a vicious ember orange the entire time. It is horrifying, pounding heat. But when it does go down, everything goes black. There's no stars, nothing, just pitch blackness. You quickly pull out your kits and everything that are placed on your horses, begin to set up tents, and the temperature drops. What was once probably 110, 115 degrees goes down to 55. And you begin to understand why you were packed with so many blankets. You get a nice campfire, you pull out your pan, pour in some beans or meat. During this time,
Just
can I get
beans.
Yeah,
Beans,
I'm not
just
eating
beans.
meat.
Which one of you are cooking?
I can cook. I don't think I
mean,
have to.
You are Tobias cook.
I am Tobias cook after all.
I can promise you, Nemo and Ellie cannot.
I know a thing or two with how to make a quasi delicious dinner out of these beans. Because I'm sure I'm not touching the meat. Okay, so do I have to make a flip for this? Because normally for crafting things, you don't have to make a flip. I have
No, you
rank
cook.
1 in culinary.
I mean, as long as you're not doing anything special, you pour some beans in, you're flipping them around. There's a packet of salt and pepper, and you're tossing that in. Meanwhile, Ellie and Nemo, your camp is set up to where you are on this nice ledge where there's a boulder behind you, away from the town, and your camp's sort of behind that. You're taking some time walking around, and you notice out in the distance, maybe about a 30-minute ride or so, are a series of small campfires. Tobias, you're cooking. But like the two of you are talking, walking around, like maybe someone goes to relieve themselves, just hanging out, and you see it out there in the distance.
Ellie, do you think that's...
Could be the guild. Could just be some people.
Go check it out.
Yeah, you want to go check it out and report back shortly? I'll let Tobias know, and I'll meet you halfway.
Should I take the horse?
No.
I mean, okay, can I say? Okay, I'm gonna say goodbye to Clementine, and then I'll.
Who?
Clementine.
Who is that?
The horse.
Oh, you okay? Okay. Yeah.
Like an orange, you know. Yeah. Right. Okay. Yeah, I'll just go over and see if they're saying stuff like "We're the guild" or something, like just so we know what's going on. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, Nemo, without a horse, it'll take, I'll say, an hour instead of 30 minutes.
To get over there, or to get there and come back?
It'll be 30 minutes to get there with a horse, an hour without.
I'll take the.
You didn't tell me at all, right?
I've told you at this point, Toby. I didn't go, so I.
Okay, you told me after she left.
Yeah.
Okay.
She tells you while I am unhitching my horse. Like I haven't fully left yet.
Okay. Wait. But before you go, maybe I can help you out a little bit. Let me send. All right. I'm gonna get the radio off my back. I'm gonna talk to the radio. Hey, I want you follow.
Do you love me? Do you really love me?
I'm gonna fucking I'm gonna hit on the head. Hey, no. Quiet. I need you to be quiet right now. You understand? I want you follow Nemo. You're gonna obey her. You're gonna obey her orders.
With the sound.
I see your Ellie. You're not too thrilled with this idea.
Did you see how loud it was just seconds ago?
Well, it's excited.
Whoa.
It's
the
going
claws
to stay
pop
quiet.
out, but it like kind of rotates, turns to Ellie, and says, "And the people bowed and prayed to the neon god they made."
I don't want this.
You know what? Fine. Go for it,
Okay,
Toby.
We'll,
I told you.
all right. You don't want it. We'll work on it. You know, I just want it was.
No, I mean,
trying
like,
to
what's
help,
it
but
supposed
all
to
right.
do?
No, let's see what happens here.
It's gonna sing
In
to me?
case you run into trouble, it's gonna come back and tell us so that we can go get you.
It's gonna take the horse. It's gonna ride the horse back to you guys.
No,
Why
it's
are you
gonna.
Oh, okay. No.
It shifts, looks at Nemo, and says, "Trust in me."
I really.
It'll be fine, and it's gonna stop playing music right now because we're on a stealth mission. Isn't that right, buddy? And he's gonna pet it. Isn't that right?
It kind of shifts. There's a bit of static, and it continues. Trust in me. Just in me. And then it shuts off, and the claws pull back into it, and it is essentially a paperweight sitting on the ground.
Okay.
Can I touch it?
Yeah, it's safe. It's safe, and I'm gonna tell it it's safe. You know, it's not gonna hurt anybody. Commanding it not
claws
to hurt anybody.
pop back out when you ask if it's safe, and it's like boop, 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 boop. Safety dance. Boop, 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 boop. Safety dance, and then the claws pop back in.
Ellie looks at Nemo and is just like, if there was another time to test this thing out, I guess this is it, and you're probably the best person to take it with you.
Thanks. I'm gonna pick it up, and I'm gonna slowly approach it and look at Tobias the whole time as I pick it up. And I put it on the back of Clementine, kind of, I guess, in front of where I would be sitting on the horse. And I'm gonna ride a little bit away.
Now, I want to tell it, if anything happens, you're going to come right back here. Do you understand? And I hope it's going to understand.
You're good, kid. You're good here. You're always second best, see, but I'm the best. Don't worry about it. I got this.
All right.
Once we are out of audio range of the camp, I'm gonna pick the radio up. I'm gonna turn it around so it's like looking at me. You know, the friend is looking at me. Hey, so I'm only doing this to make Tobias happy. If you're a demonic entity, I have a gun, but maybe we have similar. Don't fuck it up, okay? Does it respond at all?
It says, like the radio dials shift and there's like a bum, 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 like a guitar, and it says, I shot a man in Reno just to watch him die.
Great.
When I hear that
Fine.
whistle blowing, I hang my head and cry.
Oh
And
my
then
So
it
we're
shuts
both
off.
here to make Tobias happy. Is that what I'm getting from this?
Possibly.
Can a horse stealth? Can I stealth with my horse?
So you can ride the horse out to it. I'm not going to make you make a check just for using the horse. Essentially, you're going to get close, and then we'll do stealth. Like you're,
Okay.
it's the desert, man. Like no one there's no moon, there's no stars, there's nothing. It's pitch black. You're just riding towards that flame. As long as you don't ride into camp, you're fine.
Okay. I'm gonna
So,
tuck Clementine and I guess the radio behind a large rock or something. Like
It's
if there's a boulder.
claws kind of just around your waist to hold on.
Oh, you're coming. You're like coming, like all the whole way. It's like a fanny pack, right? It's a fanny pack radio now. I give it a little pat. Great. Okay. Gonna start sneaking over.
All right. You
Does
go
it have
into.
a volume knob on it? Can I just like turn the volume?
There's
down?
two knobs, but they don't seem to collate with anything. Like you
Okay.
turn on one knob that seems to be the volume, and then all of a sudden it's like toning. Like when you mess with it, it's like, and I ain't seen the sunshine since I don't.
The fuck up.
I'm stuck in Folsom Prison, and time keeps
I don't know
dragging.
where that is. Can you be quiet for a minute, please? Thank you.
Shh. They won't see us coming. Shh.
Good,
And it shuts
great,
off.
yeah. Okay. Shall I make a
All right.
stealth check?
You go into a gallop, get close, pull into a trot, and then eventually pull into just like a sort of a canter, jump off. The radio sprouts off the horse and sort of crawls right next to you. When you look down on it, it doesn't even look at you. It's just kind of hunched down like a predator ready to strike. And I need a stealth check. Target number 12.
Great. I don't have any cheats that I can use for this. This is gonna be great. I have one that won't get me up there. Awesome. I got exactly a 12 of toe.
Do you need a stealth check for the radio? It has stealth too.
I'm gonna. I don't like multiple stealth checks.
Okay.
Give me a flip. If yours is higher, it'll be better. If you fail, it's okay. I'm not a big fan of the like everyone has to make a stealth check because someone's gonna fail.
Okay. So this one doesn't matter if it's bad, right? Because
No,
it's
no,
going
it
to be a
doesn't matter.
6.
It's only.
It has 3 stealth.
That's fine. It's lingering in the shadow of Nemo, and like Nemo, as you're moving along, it seems like when you crouch, it crouches. Like it's almost as if it's learning your movements, and you make your way closer. You can see that this encampment has a series of wagons that are circled around, and there's like a small gap where you can slip in and see the main campfire. There are supplies everywhere. People are bringing out like bits of meat, and immediately you see that Colonel Captain Jeremiah Asher is pacing along, kind of scooping in bits of a stew into his mouth. What catches your attention, though, is that immediately you see the back of a creature right in front of you, a humanoid that is sitting on a large coffin, and there are plumes of thin blue smoke creeping out of it. You only see the back of this creature and its long hat, and occasionally the coffin begins to shudder, and he just bam, bam, slams it a couple times, and it stops. And everyone's eating. And Colonel Captain Jeremiah Asher is giving a speech to his troops, talking about how we have to move forward. We have to find this item. It's incredibly powerful. The old ones are tied to it. We have scripture, we have notes that suggest that this is something that could defeat them. And if we can use it, if we can harness it, we too can defeat them.
And they never say what the item is or looks like, right?
Of course not. That would not be thematic. They all know, so why would they? Well,
do they have
that's
any
also
special... Oh, sorry.
That's also summarizing that they actually know what it is.
That's true. Do they have any special equipment other than the big coffins and they have the dogs with them too, right? Or no?
There's none of the dogs being the magic users. They're just a group of people. You see one person sitting on a coffin.
Mm-hmm.
That's about it.
Do they look like they have excavation stuff? Like, do they have pickaxes? Or do they have, like, they're all coming with big guns? What does it look like they're prepared for here?
Give me a target number 8 notice check.
Okay. Nah, I got a 7. I don't know.
There's a bunch of tents, but you can't really get into them. Like, there's a moment where like you try to slip around the outskirts of the encampment, but as you do, like someone is walking into their tent, you slip back into the shadows.
And Nemo does not like the coffin, so she is a little bit skittish. She's not getting...
Yeah, it's... I mean, with the coffin and how everyone is moving around, you just don't have the chance to get into the wagon carts or the tents to see what they are carrying. What their like primary thing is, why they have all these carts.
Okay. I will take that information. I will start riding back then.
All right. You ride back. You sneak out for a little bit. This radio is just skittering next to you.
I will
when
talk
you
to
get
the radio
back
on the way back.
What's that?
I do want to talk to the radio on the way back.
When you look down at it, what do you say?
So can you like understand me when I talk? Right?
Its dials shift a little bit, and then a perfect recording covered in static of the exact conversation that Colonel Asher said, and everyone that talked during that conversation is played back to you.
Oh, sick. Okay, yeah, great. Do you know who Captain Asher is and all that kind of shit?
It shuts off.
Cool, great, that's fine. Right, I head back.
All right. It creeps up onto the horse. The horse like tries to kick it off for a second, but it just skitters up, gets on the back, wraps its clawed legs around you, and you take off back to the camp.
Very intimate. Very close hold you've got there, radio.
Shh. Loving you is easy 'cause you're beautiful. Dootin' dootin' doo doo.
Hey, Toby.
Hmm.
These beans are really good. Could you toss me one of those cans of meat?
I know these beans are good, but like you really don't want to eat that stuff. I told you what it is, right? You know what this is.
Yeah.
All right,
It's
your funeral.
protein. It's gonna be
Your
good.
funeral. You can make that decision yourself. Here's a can of meat. Here, I'll even open it up for you, because I'm such a good friend. And I'm gonna have fun, have fun, with the stomach cramps later. But
I'll just eat one while I look at Toby.
I'm gonna take a walk. I'm gonna just take a walk around the campfire real fast. No one listens to old Tobias. Jeez.
All right.
Right. Nemo, you pull back into camp. The second you do, the radio jumps off the ledge. It skitters aggressively towards Tobias. Kit kind of rolls in front of it, and they have this moment of like going left, going right, going left, going right, where they're just like both crouching down, very unhappy about each other.
Right. Well, it does do a thing.
It did what it was told, right?
Yeah, it's a lot. All right. Does it have a name or something? What is it?
Radio. It doesn't have a name. It does what it's told. It doesn't have a name.
It does like a 180, faces you, changes to what sounds like a radio drama where there's like boom, 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 like music beats, and it says, "I am your god," and then it goes silent and turns back to Kit.
I know it's definitely not named God.
Right. Well, God, can you do what you did earlier? Just do it. And I put him down in front of Ellie and Tobias.
It turns away from Kit, like a happy parrot, crouches down next to Toby and replays the entire conversation.
He listens intently. Wow. I did not know you could do that. That's cool. Okay. Wait a minute. Ash is here? Like right over there.
Yeah, we knew that he was. I've got so many interior pockets of my coat. It's just all pockets up here, and I pull out the ledger. Like he's got an assortment of folks with him. I hand him the ledger. I got this off him. It's fine. He's got sort of, a regular amount of people. He's got at least one guy with big coffins. That'll be a death marshal. So I guess maybe they're thinking necromancy, but otherwise I don't really know what they're prepared for. They just seem to be traveling together towards the same goal.
So I think we get another choice, right? We can either it's probably wise for us not to travel outside of the same time period that they travel, or else we'll overtake them. So we get to choose whether or not we want to overtake them, outrun them, and beat them to innocence, or do we want to arrive second?
Ash? How many people were there in that camp?
I know from the book that it was 15. Did it look like 15 when I was there? Or did it look like there were unaccounted people or people who had been lost or something like that?
Judging by the tents, there were about like 10 sitting around the campfire, 11 if you include the death marshal. So, yeah,
Right, so
probably
they only had-
pretty close to 15.
They only had 10 or 11 people there that I could see, but I know from the ledger, right, what I gave you, that there's at least 15 that are accounted for in the book. And we know that there's people there already.
So
I don't know, my thing is that...
we're not off and I'm here now.
Oh, no, I don't think so. There's a death marshal with him, that's not great. He's got a lot of folks with him. I think the only reason that we would want him to arrive first is because he probably knows what it is we're looking for better than we do, right?
Yeah, but they should already know what we're looking for.
Yeah.
I think if we arrive first, we can sneak our way in because he's the only one who knows what we look like. And
But we
maybe
don't
if
know what
that-
we're sneaking into. Like, I mean, unless there's like a big sign that says.
She froze.
What
Wait,
did you
unless-
say,
what'd
Nemo?
you say?
Big sign that says what?
God-powered relic site.
Ah, yeah. All right.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to say you were going to say. So,
Yeah.
Why don't we get there before they do? And there'll be less people. We get in, we see what we can see, steal a thing if we can, and get back out before they even show up. How does that sound?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, that'll. Yeah.
that would probably require us to go tonight. We're an hour away from them, right, Nemo? Half an hour by horse. We travel the entirety of the rest of the night. We separate ourselves out by at least a chunk of day's travel. They'll likely we'll go slow in the evening. They might go slow in the day. We don't know what time they're traveling.
Yeah. No, we don't. I mean, we know that they're resting at night, at least, because they're resting right now.
And they got no reason to change their plans. They'll rest at night. We'll travel half the night and all day, and we got it.
Yeah. I'm just, why do you think they would have, a death marshal with them? Like, it must just be that they think it's a necromantic thing, right?
Whatever they're about to face, yeah.
Like, they gotta be prepared for whatever it is. It might be... How dangerous do you think this thing is? They're bringing a lot of people. I mean, they might just be workers, too.
Yeah, like, kind of what I have in my head is I saw in the book once, like, that there are people who kind of go out into the middle of nowhere and dig up old stuff. I feel like that's kind of what they're doing, right? Like, they're excavating like a archaeological site. Like they
Yeah.
found something super old.
Yeah,
So
and it's
maybe
like
they're
they
just-
can't get the union members to do it, so they got to get the actual guild members to do it. So that's why they're bringing so many people.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Did you guys cook the meat yet?
We cooked a very delicious dinner of beans that we're gonna have to scarf down real fast, and then we're gonna head out.
Right. Yeah.
If
okay.
we get there in half the time, we don't even gotta eat the meat. Look at that. Let's go.
Incredible.
What we should
Incredible.
also just note, if we get an opportunity, we should lay traps, anything that will slow them down. That might look natural as much as possible.
Kit? Do you know how to do anything like that? Kit? Kit?
Little robot
Are
buddy.
you okay? Kit?
Sorry.
No!
I didn't hear Kit. I thought you were talking to Ellie.
I know.
You ask Kit, and Kit turns, looks at the radio. Its hands turn back into knives. It does a couple stabbing motions, and it looks up at you like a dog that is ready for the command.
Do you know how to make, like, a landmine or something? Or smaller, like just a trap?
Head hangs low. No.
Oh, no, that's okay. No, it's not a big deal. I just thought maybe you might. Because I don't.
What?
Kit puts the knives back, opens its sort of panel and presses a few buttons, and there's like a 1 minute countdown that begins to tick.
No, that's not what we're not asking you to do that. That's not really what we're going for right this second.
It like beeps, points, and like changes it to 30 seconds. This is 1 minute.
No, just turn it off. We're not doing that one at present.
It types in a code, stops, sits.
That could have been very bad.
You hear Ellie from a distance going, "Has it turned itself off? I didn't think we brought a bomb to the situation." And Ellie had again, like quietly gotten up, left the camp, and got behind a rock.
Wait, what? Why don't we go over there and fuck with the wagons? We snuck over there once. We can sneak over there again. We'll
Here's an idea.
give him a flat tire.
Tomorrow night we raid them. From a distance, we can go. Nemo, you can attack the wagons with Tobias. I have the Chesterfield, and what I can do is provide cover for you. And if we get some distance from them, we can just raid them and try to get out of there, hoping that it will slow them down enough and we can track them sort of if we go parallel. But at a distance, it will be harder for them to go and find us than to just try to continue on their way.
I don't think raiding them is the best idea. We don't want them to know they're there, because if something does happen and they catch up to us, we're dead.
I agree, but that's why I don't think we attack them. I think you two go in and you screw with their wagons. I'm just going to provide cover, just in case. It would be easier if I drew their attention and one of us, let's say, just had to go ride off for a while. We have enough resources.
Yeah, like just break the wheels and stuff, and let the horses free or something. Like the horses escaped in the nighttime,
That's right.
so they have to walk. Yeah.
Well, we have a plan. And we will continue this next time on Twisted Veil. Daniel and Lauren can take us over.
No,
Good
we
shout
have
out.
an announcement first. We have an
Yeah.
announcement first. Yeah.
We
do you
made
wanna
a
do it?
goal!
Yeah!
I wanted to do it. You were trying to take it from me, but I wanted to do it.
I'm sorry, you can have it. I give it to you.
I'm so excited! We got our follower goal! Woo! Alright, that's all I wanted. Now, Daniel and Lauren can take it. I got a little excited. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
We
thanks
should
so
all
much to
be-
everyone for joining us.
Yeah, we should all be super excited. Awesome. We have met our 500 follower goal for the channel. So thank you everyone who has followed tonight, and thank you to the cast for an excellent show that got us to this point. So that means there is a fun charity one-shot coming your direction. Be on the lookout all over the social medias and the various shows to find out what that's going to be. We'll discover that together. I imagine next week we'll probably run a poll across all the channels or across all the shows, and we'll figure that out and bring that amazing content to all of you. So I want to shout out everyone who has joined us this evening. So that's Daniel Smit, Graven for Hire, Cool Guy William, Vanthiel, CJ Starry with his follow and sub, Lyre, Ku, Adrina Bree, Steffi Z93, and then Haloity and Snipercat, or get Haloity giving a sub to Snipercat. So shout out to everyone who joined us on this evening. Hope you enjoyed the show. Look forward to seeing you on future episodes of Twisted Veil. If you love this content, you can also find us on Mondays. We play Dungeons and Dragons in Fate's End, where our lovely Deanna is featured. That is a traditional homebrew kind of D&D campaign. It's super duper fun. And we're going to go into some vaults and do some dungeoneering next week. Tomorrow, Wednesday, it's 7:30 Central Standard Time, I am running a campaign where we're beginning Curse of Strahd. Should be a ton of fun, and those characters are just getting started. It'll take probably 12 to 16 weeks, something like that. But we're gonna find and kill, Strahd if we can, or they're gonna die, or they're all gonna get murdered. One of the two. We'll find out at that time. So. You can join us there, but we're there every Wednesday at 7:30 Central Standard Time. Then Friday is Short Rest, where we take a break from our busy week to play some video games, relax, and hang out with the squad and the community there. So you can join us every Friday at 8 o'clock Central Standard Time. That will end it for us. Thank you to everyone who has joined us. We're going to end the stream here, and then we're going to go on a little raid. I'll find somebody for us, and we want to share the love, drop the snock hearts and the huzzah mugs and everything you get from being a subscriber. You can join us in our community on Discord, subscribe on YouTube, support us on Patreon, and find us on all the socials at Ink and Lyre everywhere. So, thank you, everyone, and we will see you all here next week. Bye-bye.
See ya.